These proud supporters stand behind the Waukeeny students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Pit Road Liquor, Trego Recreation Commission, Blaze Market, along with Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk? Okay.
Across Northwest Kansas, families rely on more than just good neighbors. They count on trusted care. At Phillips County Health Systems, we serve our communities with one mission: patient-centered excellence. From emergency services to specialty care, we provide comprehensive, high-quality health care focused on you. Phillips County Health Systems, caring for our region, centered on you. Across
welcome to the Nex-Tech Game Time pregame show, and we are here at Custer Field in Waukeeny. We have the number 7 team in 8-man Division I in the Trego Golden Eagles taking on Wichita County Indians, and the Golden Eagles are looking to protect their turf tonight, and this could be a very, very good ball game. And this is week 1 of district play for both teams. Hi everybody, I'm Steve Stoltz alongside my partner here, Tate Reynolds. We're glad you're with us tonight. The home team, Tate, the Trego Golden Eagles, head coach Pat Haxton's been around for 13 years now, and he's seen everything. And he actually returns 5 starters from last year's 4 and 5 squad, and so that has helped get Trego to where they're 3-0. They opened the season beating Hill City. Then they not just beat, but they thumped pretty hard the Hoxie Indians, defending state champions last year. And then last week they beat Rawlins County, and that's kind of the start of their season. So Tate, their offense. Let's talk about Trego's offense. Has really come together this year. You know, their last week's win and the win against Hill City were pretty close, and so by winning those games, it really shows a lot of toughness. But that 54-6 blowout of Hoxie a couple of weeks ago really opened some eyes around the state. What's impressed you so far about this Trego offense?
Well, first off, like you said, they've returned 5 starters. You know, that's an 8-man. That's more than half of your team right there, so that experience goes a long ways. You got to look at certain players for the Golden Eagles. Jack Connis, 106 yards per game, 7 touchdowns on the season. He's having a heck of a year. He's definitely their go-to player on offense if you're the Trego Golden Eagles, and I don't blame him. You know, you got to feed him the rock and keep going. But also, you know, you have Ashton Wynn, who's been a strong quarterback this season, 117 yards per game through the air, having a heck of a season so far. And they have a test in front of them against a tough Wichita County defense.
Absolutely, and you know, it's just not their defense. The Trego's defense has playmakers all over the field. The aforementioned Ashton Wynn, he had 26 tackles, 2 forced fumbles last week against Rawlins County. That's insane. And then you got Aaron Sampson. He had 24 tackles and 5 tackles for loss last week for their defense. He's also the team leader in tackles for loss this season. But despite that, the issue is Rawlins County had 475 yards of total offense. So Trego's turnovers and the versatility, they're able to get those turnovers. That helped seal the deal for that 6-point win last week. So tonight, as you alluded to, Tate, tonight's a different animal. You got Wichita County coming in. Trego hasn't beaten Wichita County since 2021, but with a favorable schedule for the rest of the week, their opponents have a combined 4-8 record going into tonight's game for the rest of the week. And if they win tonight, Trego could be looking at an undefeated season and potentially a deep run into the playoffs. So what's your take on this defense headed into tonight, this great Wichita County team?
I mean, they have their hands full. This Wichita County offense is a tough one to stop, but if you're Waukenee's defense, you have 2 main players that you kind of want to focus on. And if you can shut those 2 players down on Wichita County's offensive side, you should be okay. But like you kind of alluded to earlier, they started off the season 3-0, and they have a 4-8 record all their opponents moving forward have a 4-8 record throughout the first 3 games. This 3-0 start has gained a lot of momentum going forward for the Golden Eagles. And if they can get a win tonight against a really tough Wichita County team, that's only going to make the momentum it's going to double what they started off the season with, because, this Wichita County team, they've consistently been in playoffs. They're consistently winning big games.
Absolutely.
And Trego's defense has their hands full, but, I'm excited to see what Coach Haxton's got written up for him tonight.
On the other side of the field, on the sidelines, is Wichita County, the Indians, under head coach Brant Douglas. They come into tonight's game with a 2-1 record, but don't let that fool you. That first game they lost was to the 8-man state champion in Colorado in the Haxton Bulldogs.
Yep.
And so, they're facing another undefeated team, and last year Wichita County was 9-2, and they had losses to, again, Haxton. They played Haxton in the first game of the year last year. And then they lost to Hoxie in the quarterfinals and that was what a lot of people considered probably should have been the state championship game.
Yep.
So this team also from Wichita County, the Indians come with a lot of tradition. They were a state runner-up in 2023. They were state champions the prior year in 2022, and they made it to the finals in 2019 and 2020. These guys under Coach Brant Douglas, they've got it going on, Tate. So in his 8th year now, Coach Douglas has built this team into a powerhouse program.
Yep. Wichita County has always been in the playoffs. Kind of like I said earlier, they're just a tough team to beat. They've won a state championship, and they want to continue that streak going on tonight. And, Waukene might have something to say about it. But like you said, head coach, he came in here and completely changed the program around. 8 years in, and he's had a lot of success. That's what a school wants to see out of a football coach. And, we're going to see a lot of fun out of an offense tonight at Wichita County, and we'll see what happens. But they're a powerhouse, like you said, Steve. It's going to be fun.
And, Brant Douglas, the head coach, you had just mentioned, he came in and built a powerhouse. They've won 33 games in the last 3 years.
Wow.
Okay, and that, of course, that includes the playoffs, but that's very impressive. Some players tonight for Wichita County that we're going to be looking for. Bo Porter, he's a sophomore, but he's thrown 4 touchdown passes. He's got over 100 yards rushing and receiving, and he's also the team leader in tackles. And then you got Cashton Young, who is the senior, who is probably their stud on the offense. He can do everything. He's got about 300 passing yards, 350 rushing yards, lots of touchdowns, lots of interceptions, and so forth. So when you look at tonight's matchup, Wichita County is used to these big game atmosphere. Trego, on the other hand, they've gone 29-20 over the past 5 seasons. So what are the keys to victory for both teams tonight?
Well, both teams, especially Wichita County, they have those 2 players that I kind of said earlier. You know, you have Porter and you got Young. Porter's only a sophomore, and he's kind of one of those players that they use all around the field. He throws the ball, he runs the ball, he makes tackles on defense, but so is Young. They have 2 jack-of-all-trades players that Joaquini's going to have to handle all night long, and you know that causes a lot of pain on the defensive coach's side, especially in 8-man. You know, with a fast team like Wichita County, you get around the edge and you have a 10-second 100 running back, and they get around the edge. It's going to be hard to stop all night. So we'll see what happens, Steve.
So it's shaping up to be a great ball game tonight, folks. Undefeated Trego and powerhouse Wichita County squaring off tonight here in Joaquini. Kickoff is coming soon, and you're watching the Nex-Tech pregame show right here on Nex-Tech Local 1.
What's different this year about past years?
Oh, I just think our preparation's so much better, and the kids listen and the kids are working and they never stop working, whether we're in class doing the weight room stuff or whether we're at practice. They're 100% focused. Their goals were to be focused every day, and right now they're living up to that. And I think the way this group's preparing and the maturity of this group is the difference between between wins and losses. We won a big game last week that was a close game that we had to come back and find a way to win, and I think that's from the maturity of the senior leaders that I have right now.
How big of a deal is it to have good senior leaders?
Oh, it's incredible, because this group especially, they've watched some. They've been playing since they were freshmen, but this is the first year that's their football team, and it does make a lot of difference, and they're hungry to have success, and they're hungry to be better, and they're hungry to go to work every day to try to get better, So I think the leadership that we have is unmatched, because everybody's listening in the locker room when I'm talking before a game and before practice and telling them how important it is that they prepare the way they're supposed to prepare, and nobody's messing around, nobody's talking in the background. They're all looking at me, shaking their head and ready to go. So the leadership is so important.
Does that make going to practice and all that kind of stuff easier?
Oh yeah. When they're going to work and they're going to work as hard as they can, and they're going to listen to you, and they're so into what we're doing. Also, they're making adjustments with me during the game. And at practice they're asking questions that are legit questions, not just how do I block this guy. They're asking me scheme questions, and they're asking my defensive coordinator scheme questions. And that's just being all into what they're doing and all into to try to have success.
But you brought some younger kids on board this year, you mentioned.
Lost some really good offensive linemen and defensive linemen last year that we missed, and we can use some of the energy that a couple of those kids had. But yeah, we do. A couple of my sophomore kids stepped up and had tremendous off seasons and tremendous summer, and then I got a couple freshmen that are legit athletes. They're good. They're fast. The Ashburner kid might be the fastest kid I've ever coached. And he's only a freshman. And Bladen Crawford is so into what we're doing also, and is so athletic. So yeah, they help, and I'm so proud that I'm so glad that I have the senior class I have now so they can see that senior class and they can see what they're doing. All those young kids. So it does make a lot of difference.
What's one win that doesn't show on the scoreboard that you felt like that you guys have had this year?
I think a couple of them. The Hill City game, we had to respond to some things that were going bad at the time. But last week against Atwood, Atwood, we got ahead of Atwood. We were up 22-12, and then we had a horrible third quarter. We turned the ball over 3 times. They scored on us. Now we're behind by a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, and we have to find a way to win that game. And never once did I feel like our kids were giving up. Never once did I feel like our heads went down, and that's always happens. That happens a lot, And so again, that turns back into that senior leadership, But I think Atwood, the way we responded to an Atwood team that's good. Atwood's really, really good, and they're physical. They'll hit you in the mouth, every play, and we were trying to hit them in the mouth every play. And I think for us to come back and find a way to win that football game was huge for us. Was huge.
This coming week, is going to be kind of your true test, just because Leota, won the state championship, 3 years ago, and really have only had like one lost season since then.
It's Leota's legit. They always are. Every year they're going to come in here hooping and hollering, and they're going to be ready to play. Brant Douglas does a great job with them. Obviously, does so many things offensively that I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does so many things and still gets kids to do things right all the time when he's running it. But yeah, it is. It's going to be a true test. They're really, really good. They won our district last year easily, and made a run at things again last year. They represented the West, I believe, 2 years ago, and they always are so physical, so fast, so strong, and it's not a lot different this year. They're legit.
What things do you have to work on, and what things do you guys have to do right to get the win this week?
No, we have to work on us, and that's what we focus on a lot right now, is us getting better at us, and the opponent will be the opponent, and I think the biggest thing is, again, we have to be completely focused, and we have to understand that there's going to be bad things happen in that game. Wichita County's too good not to have something bad happen to us, you know what I mean? And how are we going to respond to that? How are we going to react to that? Are we going to come back and put our heads down, or are we going to have that will to win and the will to outplay people? So it always, the simple answer is we can't have turnovers, we got to create turnovers, that kind of stuff. But the truth is they have to respond. When something good happens, they can't get too excited. They got to understand that the next play, Wichita County's coming to get them. You know what I mean? And they have to understand when something bad happens, make sure something bad doesn't turn into something horrible. Make sure it's something positive we can happen the next play, the next minute, the next second. And so I think it's just maintaining our focus and playing at a level that we try to play at a level that our opponents can't, and Wichita County is going to match that. So we're going to have to be intense. We're going to have to stay focused, and we're going to have to, just every play, come to get it every play, and go to work every play, and not take one off. There's 8 guys on the field. There's 10, 15 guys on the sidelines that all have a responsibility to do. And if we're going to beat Wichita County, they all got to do it to their fullest on Friday night.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Waukene as we have the Trego Golden Eagles taking on the Wichita County Indians. And I'm Steve Stoltz along with Tate Reynolds up here in the press box. It's a beautiful, breezy night here in Waukene, and we are ready to go. Ashton Wynn has the ball teed up at the 30. And deep to receive is Huck Carpenter for the Indians. Just waiting on just waiting for the scoreboard to go down. Okay.
Crowd's already getting into it, Steve.
They are.
Jumping up and down on the bleachers. It's going to be a fun night. All right, here we go.
All right, and the kick is off. 3-0 Trego Golden Eagles, and the ball goes out of the back of the end zone.
A little bit of help and wind tonight, too. We got a nice little breeze coming out of the south. Wichita County's going to have to fight it on their first possession in the first half. Trego's going to have it in their favor.
So Trego won the coin toss, and they deferred to Wichita County. And Wichita County is going to start the ball at their own 15-yard line. Split right is Dylan Luna. Quarterback is Cashton Young. He is going to keep this one, and he gets tackled close to the 20-yard line. I think it's about the 19. Pick up 4 on the play.
Yeah, just trying to get the ground game working early. I don't blame them. First play of the game. Now you got a 2nd down and 6.
Trego has the size advantage for sure. Here's a handoff over the left side, and it's not going anywhere. In fact, he's going to lose maybe a yard or so on the play. That was Dylan Luna. Luna comes in. That's his 11th carry of the season.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep it right at the line of scrimmage. He must have had a little bit of forward progress. Still at the 19 here.
So thrown for almost 300 yards so far this season. And shotgun back. Looking for a receiver, throws it over the middle and almost picked off by Jack Connis.
Wow, that was close. Jack Connis was right there. He must have been invisible. I mean, it was right to him.
So that's going to bring up 4th down and long. And out to punt is Pablo Reyes. He is a senior for the Indians. Nice spiral kick, but goes out of bounds. So to see where they're going to mark this. And it is out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So Trego, Tate, they get really good field position to start their first drive today.
Yes, they do. They get to start, what is that, right in Wichita County territory, right at the 35. And if you're Wichita County, a 3-and-out in the first possession of the ball game against this Trego Golden Eagles, you're going to give them all the momentum to start off with in your own territory. So let's see what the Golden Eagle offense can start the game off with.
Ashton Wynn's the starting quarterback. He's a senior. He's thrown for 352 yards and 5 touchdowns. Going in motion is Cass Smith. The handoff's going to go on the right side. That is Connis.
Wow.
He is off. And that is a 35-yard touchdown run. And Jack Connis establishes things right off the bat. That is his 7th rushing touchdown of the year, Tate.
Wow. I mean, first play of the game, 35 yards out, Connis to the house. And, I mean, if you're Golden Eagles, you couldn't ask for a better start to this ball game. And they're going to rely on Jack Connis to do it all tonight. And so far, it's paying off nice.
And Connis is in the backfield with Wynn. Wynn's going to keep it. He's looking for a receiver, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion. Aaron Sampson.
Nice little play there. He got Trego up 8-0. We have a game on our hands here.
We do. We're a minute and 11 in to the first quarter, and both teams have had possessions, but Trego is the only one that was able to capitalize. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Nex-Tech Wireless has been offering superior coverage to Kansans for close to 20 years. My, how things have changed. Bringing us to modern technology we trust and depend on. Rain or shine, wind or snow, we'll be there. Because we live here too. We're investing in our communities and connecting Kansans. It's not a gimmick, it's our guarantee.
Eight to nothing, Trego with the lead. One play for the Eagles, and it was a 35-yard touchdown run by running back Jack Connis, who is a junior, and he had 319 yards, but he was averaging 7.6 yards per carry as the as the kickoff goes out of the end zone. And here's possession number 2 for Wichita County. Tate, what kind of adjustments are we going to be looking at here?
Well, I mean, if you're Wichita County, you know, you try to throw the ball once, you almost throw an interception. You try to run the ball, you don't go anywhere with it. At this point, start off with a run, get the ground game started, and at least get something going on the ground, because you do not want to give Joaquini the ball back after that first play touchdown.
First down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Here's a handoff up the middle, a couple broken tackles, and that's going to be Cashton Young. Actually, it was a keeper. So Young's going to pick up 5 on that play, brings up 2nd and 5. 3 and out in the first series, Tate, for the Indians.
Yeah, they didn't have anything going on offense, but they started off the first play of the last drive with a 5-yard run, so hopefully they can do it twice.
So Young by himself. Going in motion is Luna. Young's going to keep it again, and he is tackled after about a yard gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like the first drive. You know, they ran the ball the first 2 plays. You know, you almost kind of have to try to air one out early, because you don't want to give the ball back that quick. And a 3rd down and 4 coming up. 2 men in the backfield, we'll see.
Luna is the leading receiver. And this is going to be another handoff, and nothing going there. He gets back out to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 4th and 3. And
Yeah.
it looks like they may go for this. Number 4 was the punter, Pablo Reyes, the last time, but they have trips left. Young gets the ball. He's going to keep it. It goes around the left side, and he is going to break a couple tackles, and he's going to pick up a first down. You had talked about that, Tate, about Casha and Young being very, very important tonight for Wichita County.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those jack-of-all-trades players. He's gonna run the ball, pass the ball, and being who he is, 293 yards in the air, but 344 rushing. He's going to kind of do it all tonight, and, we're kind of seeing it here off early.
I think I may have misspoke a little bit ago when I said that he had 293 yards rushing. That's passing. And so a fresh set of downs now for Wichita County. And gets Young again, and he is wrapped around the ankles and brought down after a yard gain. Nice job over there by Aaron Sampson to get those ankles of Young.
Yeah, you definitely want to wrap up and try to get those ankles if you don't have that center of gravity towards his waist.
Yeah, just not much going as we look at the replay. So back to pass is Young, throws it over the middle, and it's caught, and it's cross midfield out to the 34-yard line. Nice connection there to Dylan Luna, who is their number 1 receiver, and that was just a nice pass. And
yeah, 16 yards on the game. That's what they need to get started, is that passing game.
So Wichita County starting to warm things up. Here's Young going around the edge, breaks a tackle, and is finally knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, Tate.
Yeah, nice 9-yard gain. They're going to keep on feeding him the rock, that's for sure. You've seen him run the ball several times here in this second drive of the game, and I'd expect him to do it again here on second short.
And Waukegan, a much bigger team, but a lot of speed on the Wichita County side. Going in motion is Luna. Fake handoff, and Young again is going to hang on to it, and he is finally brought down inside the 20, down to the 18.
Yeah, right up the middle. He almost had it, but that was a good tackle there by the Golden Eagles. He almost gave him a chance, but luckily they got him down.
So it's first down now, first down and 10. Ball spotted at the 17.5-yard line. Here's a handoff the right side. This is Bo Porter, the first time we've called his name tonight. And no gain on the play.
Yeah, he's been lining up in the backfield, but they haven't given him the rock quite yet. Actually, that's only his second rush. First one went for nothing, but second one goes for maybe negative half a yard. Call it 0, but nothing going on yet.
So Porter's a sophomore, 5'11", 185 pounds. Plays linebacker on defense. Here's Young again. He's going to tick it up the middle behind his offensive line, and he's going to cross the 15 and down to the 14. Gain of, let's call it 4 yards. So it's 8-0. Trego with 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter, but Wichita with a nice response in this drive.
Yeah, they keep on going with number 14, Young, and now he's passing.
Young, and it is intended, and there is a flag on the play. The pass was intended for Dylan Luna, and it looked like it was Ashton Winder on a coverage, and side judge threw the flag.
Yeah, there was a little bit of contact, and the Trego crowd sure didn't like it, but, the refs call what they see, and it's going to move the ball up for Wichita County. A slow offense for Wichita County here in this first quarter. But, if you're getting yards and you're putting points on the board, which we're looking to do, that goes a long ways here.
Pat Haxton is wanting to know what he was looking at, but it is a fresh set of downs. First down and goal. Young keeping it, and he is bottled up at the 5-yard line. after he picks up 3 on the play.
Yeah, they're going to keep on just letting the quarterback do his thing. Just keep letting him run the ball up the middle, and, 2 yards right there. You got to look for more. Try to get it into the orange paint.
So 2nd down and goal, ball at the 5-yard line. Second possession for Wichita County. They went 3 and out the first one. This time they're marching it right down the field, and here's an encroachment offsides. That was Hudson Dynas. So half the distance to the goal. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal now.
They're taking the yards the way they can get them, that's for sure.
That's right. Here is Young. He bounces off one of his own players. Dives for the pylon and touchdown.
Nice job. He reached for the pylon. He had to shove one of his own offensive linemen kind of out of the way. That we were kind of talking a little yeah. Well, I guess the offensive lineman kind of set the block, but we kind of talked about it a little earlier after that first touchdown by Joaquini. The defensive end's the most important position on the defense is, especially in 8-man football. You get around the corner, it's tough to stop even when you're close to the goal line.
So Bo Porter is back in the backfield with Young. Porter goes in motion to the right. Young is going to throw it, and it is just not a very good pass. And Young knows it. He was intended for Dylan Luna, but 2-point conversion is no good. So with 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter, it is now 8-6 with Trego in the lead. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
Well, what do you? I don't think it was an onside kick. I just don't think he kicked the ball very square. And fortunately for Trego, they recovered the very short kick, about a 10-yard kick, and so Trego will have the ball at their own 39-yard line, almost at midfield.
Yeah, and Steve, what do you think they're going to do here on the first play? Because if I had to guess, they're going to give the ball to Mr. Jack Connis and see what he can do with it. Because he only had 1 rush on the game so far, and that was a 35-yard touchdown. So we'll see what the Golden Eagles decide to do.
Darius Brown split left. And it's a keeper up the middle, breaks it out to the left side, and he keeps going, and he drags 3 Indians with him out of bounds, and they're going to mark him at the 29-yard line. Nice little run there by Ashton Wynn.
Yeah, nice little 12-yard gain. Yep. He broke a couple tackles on the way as well.
That's only the second play from scrimmage for the Golden Eagles. As under center is quarterback, and here's a handoff to Connis. And last time, and the only other time he's touched the ball, Connis, he scored a 35-yard touchdown. But this time he gains 2 on the play.
Yeah, 2 attempts for 37 yards so far. He's averaging. You mentioned that he was averaging 7 yards a carry earlier. I think that number has gone up just a little bit through his first 2 carries.
Jack Connis has had 6 rushing touchdowns now. The one earlier makes that 7 rushing touchdowns for the junior, and it's a quarterback keeper, and breaks
wow.
a tackle, and he is gone. Ashton Wynn has got the 29-yard touchdown run, and I tell you what, Tate, Trego, the Golden Eagles, they've got that rushing attack going hard tonight.
Yeah, we have a 35-yard touchdown and a 27-yard touchdown on the ground here. And Trego, they started both drives off in really good field positioning so far. And right now, the Golden Eagles have it working on the ground. There's no need to air it out.
14-6, 5:02 left to go in the first quarter. And going in motion is Aschenbrenner, and there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think one of the offensive linemen might have moved.
False start.
Yep. They'll just have to do their two-point conversion just a little bit further back. So it's all the way back at the 7 now. Or call it the 8-yard line with 5 yards.
Beautiful night here in Waukeeny. And a beautiful, very nice, I'm not going to say beautiful, but it's a very nice press box that we're in tonight. So Ashton Wynn going to try to convert a two-point conversion, looking for his receiver, and it's caught. Two-point conversion to Vladden Crawford, the freshman, with his 6th catch of the season.
What an excellent throw.
That was
right to the sideline.
And I wasn't sure who the defender was, and he made a cut on that throw and just didn't get there in time. And Vladden Crawford gets the two-point conversion pass from Ashton Wynn. So it's 16-6 now, 5:02 left to go in the first quarter here in Trego, in Waukeeny. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. So Trego with the 16-6 lead, and the kicker is Ashton Wynn. The last two have been out the back of the end zone, and this one is the exact same thing.
Yeah, if you're Wichita County getting the ball here, you kind of had a slow-paced second drive after the 3 and out on your first. I think you kind of got to get your offense started quick, because as soon as you get the ball, we've seen already the Waukeeny is going to take the ball up the field quickly and put points on the board. So, if you're Wichita County, you want to replicate that.
Absolutely, and this is their third drive of the ball game. First one was 3 and out, and the second one resulted in a touchdown. So here he is again, carrying the ball is Cashton Young. He's going to pick up, let's call it 4 yards on the play. Brings it out to the 19-yard line. Brings up second down and long 6.
Yeah, he's their workhorse on the ground. He's already got 10 carries tonight. Not one yet in double digits.
Young again gets the call. He breaks a tackle, and he has one man to beat, and he is going to be tackled right at the 10-yard line. Brought down by Jared Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner had to turn on the afterburners to catch up with Wynn, but
that was just a
big run.
Excellent run there. I mean, that was, to my count, that was 42 yards. So
handoff up the middle, and this not going to go too far. This is Bo Porter. Brings it inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. So we're at 2nd and goal now.
And it's a long 2nd and goal. They're only at the 9-yard line. And, like I said earlier, they got their offense going quick. They need to put points on the board fast.
Romero split left. He sends Reyes to the right. In the backfield by himself is Young. Young looking to pass. He rolls out to the right. Nobody's open, and he is going to run in for the touchdown. Well, good job by the Trego Eagles, Golden Eagles defensive backs. Nobody for him to throw to. And he just took it in by himself.
Yeah, and Cashin Young realized that there was pressure, and he quickly got out of that pocket. I mean, he sprinted out here to the near side and put another 6 on the board. We might have a shootout here tonight, Steve.
We might. 2-point conversion is good. Nice little pass there from Young to Bo Porter for the 2-point conversion, and 16-14. Trego hanging on to the 2-point lead. So you probably caught this earlier this week, Tate, that the Kansas High School Activities Association just came out with their new football classifications for the 2026 season. And out west, Oakley, we've talked about this before, they're dropping down to 11-man. They're dropping down from the 11-man to the 8-man Division I. While Quinter, Ness City, La Crosse, Ellis, and Kinsley will move into Division II. And then 6-man football continues to grow. Ashland, Buckland, Deerfield, Logan, Palco, Santana making the switch to 6-man as well. But on the 11-man side, and this one kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Great Bend is going from 5A to 4A next year. And Hoisington and Larned are sliding to 2A. So district reassignments, everybody's asking, what are the districts going to look like? That's going to be determined in mid-October. But Tate, that means a lot of rivalries across central and western Kansas. They're going to have a brand new look next year.
Yeah, one thing is watch out 4A with Great Bend dropping down. They're a pretty good team in 5A. But another thing is the MCL's growing. They're going to get another team to compete with Trego, Hoxie, and Stockton even. I mean, that's going to be a fun league to watch the next couple of years, as they are in every other sport.
Well, it looks like they're, for the second time in a row, I think they're trying to.
It's almost on purpose.
Yeah, they're trying to catch Trego off guard. Didn't work for the second time.
I don't know. If I'm Wichita County, I think I'm trying to boot the ball down and maybe try to pin them inside the 20 because, you've started out the 35 in Wichita County territory, and now the 49, and now the 50 in your own territory. So you have pretty good field position on these first 3 drives.
Ball at the midfield. Here's the handoff to Connis, and he is tackled by 4 or 5 Indians there, and they're going to give him forward progress to the 39. So let's give him a yard on that play.
Yeah, he's got 3 attempts for 38 yards officially here. So now you got a long second down coming up.
Other games coming up tonight that are actually going on Hill City is at Rawlins County, and we'll talk a little bit more about that one here in just a minute. Crawford split left, back to pass, and it is caught. And that is Cass Smith, and he gets a first down, but there is a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, I think it was on Wichita County, so Coach Jackson's going to decline it. I think it's going to be a first down.
Looks like grabbing a face mask. As we looked at the replay here, and I didn't really see anything, but it had to have been on the offensive line. So the penalty is declined. The ball is now at the 28-yard line of the Indians. And there were some people saying that this is the game of the week in the entire state, and Trego 3-0, Wichita County 2-1, nowhere to throw the ball, but it is dropped in the end zone. Darius Brown had it, and it is incomplete. That was a heck of a pass by Wynn.
Yes, it was. It was right in his hands, and he should have caught it. That was an easy touchdown, but I don't know. He might have ate too much popcorn before the game. It slid right through. That was a heck of a throw.
That was. And Brown had beat 2 defenders and just couldn't bring in the ball. So it's now 2nd and 10, 2:35 left to go here in the first quarter here in Trego. And the quarterback, Ashton Wynn, just threw it to the wrong guy, Christian Figueroa, who is playing the cornerback over there on the far side for the Indians. Looks like maybe a little miscommunication there between the receiver and Wynn. I'm not sure who the receiver was at that point, but our first turnover of the ball game.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was a good pass, but I think when he was in the shotgun and he got the ball in his hands, I think he kind of rushed trying to get it out. I don't think he quite had his fingers on the stitches, and he kind of just overthrew his receiver. So our first turnover of the game. Now Wichita County has a little bit momentum, and they're looking to take the lead.
They've scored on their last 2 drives, has Wichita County, and
false start
on the Indians, and that's going to set them back.
Yeah, it's only their first penalty of the game, but, you're starting off after an interception with a false start. It's not a good sign, but a lot of field to work with here.
Split right is Pablo Reyes for the Indians. Cashton Young has had a really good game, both throwing and running. He drops back to pass and is intercepted. Vladen Crawford with the responding interception.
Yeah, he put a little bit too much arc on that ball. I think if it was zipped in there, that's a catch and maybe a couple extra yards, but it just gave time for Tyson Peters to get right underneath it and get the ball right back, and they're basically 10 yards back from where they were last drive. So now each team's even on the turnover battle. That's something we've kind of talked about in 11-man games the past couple weeks that we've covered, is a turnover battle can really overturn a ball game completely, but one interception each.
New life now for the Trego Gold Eagles is snap, and it is a quarterback keeper. This is Wynn, and Wynn will bring it out close to they're going to mark it at the 35-yard line, pick up a 4.
That was a nice little option there. I thought Connis had the ball on the far side from all the way over here, and I think a lot of the Wichita County defenders did as well. So if you can sell that option and if you can do it all game, it's an excellent play to run an 8-man.
So we're down to a minute 30 left in the first quarter. It's been it's like a Wild West shootout out there between 2 ranked teams in 8-man football. Connis gets the call, and he is tackled, and he will lose about 3 yards on the play. That was Bo Porter breaking up that play, and not much.
Yeah, he just bulldogged his way. Just bulldogged his way all the way to the backfield. I don't know if he went unblocked or what, but Connis just couldn't go anywhere. That was a loss of 3. And that's where that size comes in there at the line. See how they can respond on 3rd and long.
Wynn drops back to pass. Nope, he's going to run it up the middle. He almost dodges one tackle, but he is brought down at the 36-yard line. And so, this is the first opportunity for the Trego Golden Eagles. What are they going to do here? Do you punt the ball away, try to pin the Indians back deeper in their own territory?
No, I think you go for it. You have the weapons to be able to run the ball at least, this 6 yards. So I'm expecting them to probably go for it in this field position.
And there is going to be a timeout.
End of first quarter.
Yep, because the first quarter ended. I can't see the clock.
I can see it, though. I'll help
you out. Other games going on tonight. Hill City is at Rawlins County. Hill City opened the year with a tough loss to this Trego team, but since then, the Ringnecks have looked really sharp, Tate, rolling past Ellis and Thunder Ridge in convincing fashion. And Rawlins County, on the other hand, came out of the gates hot with 2 straight shutouts, but they got tripped up last week in a shootout here also against Trego. So now both those teams are 2-1.
Yeah, Hill City, they had to start off their year against this tough Joaquini team, ultimately dropping that. But from then on out, last week had a 45 win over Thunder Ridge on their home turf for homecoming, and they're looking like kind of a completely different offense after they got that first game jitters out of the way. And Rollins County, having to play Hill City first game of the district play, that's going to be a fun game to watch, and I'll try to get some updated scores for all that. But Rollins County is always a team that Hill City has to play every single year, and Rollins County kind of the same. It's going to be an interesting one. We'll see what happens between them two.
Smith Center, they're like Phoenix. They've kind of risen out of the ashes. The Smith Center is starting to look like the Smith Center of old. After a rare losing season last year, the Redmen have muscled their way to a 3-0 start with 3 close, hard-nosed wins. Plainville, meanwhile, is still trying to find its footing. We had their game with Phillipsburg in week 1, and they had a dominant performance in week 2 that really was able to show their potential. And dropping back to pass, and he will be sacked. That's Ashton Wynn, and that is a turnover on downs.
Maybe
don't think that's quite.
Maybe a punt might have been the way, but yet again, you really don't know what's going to happen, and that was just poor blocking there by the Golden Eagle offensive line, and now you give Wichita County ball in Trego territory at the, pretty close to the 35-yard line.
Just starting the second quarter, and Wichita County has the ball at the Golden Eagle 35-yard line. Here is a keeper around the right side and keeps going and chugging and finally gets knocked out of bounds, and they're going to give him a first down as he picked up the carry out to the 25-yard line. That was Cashton Young again.
Yeah, we'll call it a 11-yard gain, I think, right there. And he's up over 100 yards now, as now he's at 109 yards total.
This is his third game this season with at least 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, he's averaging, 20 yards per attempt throughout the season so far. Or 10 yards per attempt.
Well, here's Young again, and this time, not much going there.
Loss of 5.
That was Jared Aschenbrenner with the big stop over on the far side.
Yeah, second down and long upcoming. It's just a battle on both ends for both teams, really, defense and offense.
Trips left for the Indians. Cashton Young gets the snap. He rolls left, looking for a receiver, and it is picked off. I think he got that.
Oh, wow.
The back judge said he got it. He didn't really have a good view of it, but from here, it looked like he picked that off. Tate.
Yeah, it's hard to see from up here. Personally, I thought I saw it hit the grass, but, the ref's a lot closer than me, and he called it an interception. So now that's 2 thrown by him tonight here, and now it's 2-1 on the turnover battle, and now Joaquini's got the ball back up by 2.
Yeah, they had that replay, and he got his arms right underneath the ball, between the ball and the grass, and that was a nice little pick there by Aschenbrenner. So, back goes the ball to the Golden Eagles. A flag on the play, as not much going there for Ashton Wynn.
I'm not sure if that's a holding. It seems like a flag that would be holding. Yep, it was. It's their 4th penalty of the ball game.
So that's going to send Trego back much deeper into their own territory as the ball is marched back to the 7.
Yeah, both teams here in the second quarter on their first drive, starting off with 1st and 15 and longer. So hopefully Joaquini, this is the deepest they've been in their own territory this ball game, now inside their 10-yard line at the 7. And now they have themselves a long ways to go, 73 yards to be exact.
Ashton Wynn had, on the defense side, had 2 forced fumbles last week on defense. Here is the end around, or maybe it was reverse. I was looking down at the time, but that was Jared Aschenbrenner with the run, but picked up about a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 now for the Golden Eagles. Flayden Crawford comes back in for the Golden Eagle offense. Split right is Aschenbrenner. Crawford split left. Snap back. Wynn looking for an open receiver. He chucks it far downfield and just overthrew his intended receiver. That was Flayden Crawford.
Yeah, he tried to run that double move and fool that defensive back, but he didn't fool much.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down. Should be 3rd down, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it's 3rd down.
Okay, yeah, there we go. 3rd down and 9 with 10:30 left to go in the 2nd quarter. And it's been like a tennis match tonight. It's just back and forth. The momentum's changed numerous times.
It seems like it changes on every single play. You know, Joaquini will have a big play on defense, and then, you know, we'll have a 12-yard run by Wichita County, and then there's an interception, and then it's just back and forth all night, and the scoreboard's definitely showing that, only 2 points difference.
Well, Cashton Young had no interceptions coming into this ball game. He's thrown 2 tonight. Back to pass. This is when he breaks a tackle and he falls down.
Oh, man.
I think feet came out from underneath him. He had an open hole too to pick up some yards.
Yeah, he had a little bit of space in front of him, but you know, he got touched in the backfield and he went down. Now it's 4th down and long. This is a situation I would definitely punt it away.
Probably so.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to give the ball back to Wichita County inside the 20.
So Crawford's the punter for the Golden Eagles. And deep to receive is Cashton Young at his own 34-yard line. First punt of the night for Trego. Low kick. Picked up at the 35. This is Young, and he trips. So we got the turf monster out there tripping the last 2 plays. But that will put the Wichita County Indians inside Golden Eagle territory.
Yeah, 2 plays and 2 quarterbacks that got tripped up. There must be a leprechaun or something out there that's decided to trip up some players. But now you got Wichita County in Trego territory at the 36.
Young hands it off to the right side. That's Bo Porter.
Ooh.
And couple Bo Porter and I'm not sure who it was for the Golden Eagles took out one of the members of the chain gang.
It's a dangerous job, the chain gang, I'll tell you.
Picks up maybe a yard on the play with 9.5 left to go in the 2nd quarter, and the Indians are facing a 2nd and 9. Cashton Young probably just going to take this one. Yeah, he will. He was looking for a receiver, cuts it up the middle, and Cashton Young is going to score a 35-yard touchdown run.
His 3rd touchdown tonight, Steve.
And as far as rushing, that's his 9th, including the one we just saw. That's his 9th rushing touchdown in so far this season.
Wow, he's already got 139 on the ground, according to my stats, and that's a huge number. Yeah, he's got 344 on the season, and he's nearly doubled that. Or not doubled it, but split it in half tonight, and we're not even through the 2nd half.
Young's going to keep it, goes up the middle, and I don't think he made it. Nope, they're going to say he was short of the goal line, but for the first time tonight, the Wichita County Indians have the lead. It's 20-16, 9:19 left to go in the 2nd quarter. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
A special thanks to our Trego Golden Eagle Game Time boosters, Joaquini Animal Hospital, Earl Liquor, and Old 40 Auto Care. These proud supporters stand behind the Joaquini students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Pit Road Liquor, Trego Recreation Commission, Blaze Market, along with Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Welcome back. We are about 3 minutes in to the second quarter, and here's another kind of sort of onside kick. It's picked up by Hudson Dynas. I haven't seen Wichita County play all year, but I mean, what you're automatically just giving them great field of possession after a kickoff.
Yeah, you're giving them about 25 yards every single time. I do have some local scores to update everybody on real fast. Smith Center 6, Plainville 0 after one quarter. Oakley 7, Syracuse 0. Hoxie only up by Stockton 22-6 at the end of one. And Hill City 6, Atwood 14 in the second quarter.
Here's a handoff to the right side. And I believe that was Connis.
Yep, that was Connis there.
Connis with the carry. He picks up a couple of yards. After that first carry, just not much going for Connis tonight.
Yeah, he had that first carry for 35 yards, and then since then he's only had 2 net yards. He had a loss of 3 in there as well, so he's only at 37 yards. If you're Wichita County, you're pretty pleased to be holding him to only 37 yards in this first half compared to your quarterback who has 139 on the ground.
So let's see what kind of adjustments that Trego made during this last time out. Is rolling left, finding his receiver, and it's tipped and incomplete. Nice defensive play there by Dylan Luna. Ashton Wynn was looking for, I believe, Aaron Sampson.
Yeah, it was a good throw. It was just better defense there by Dylan Luna. The throw might have been a little low, but Luna kind of read it like a book on the defensive side. Third down, and call it a long 7 now for Trego.
Big drive here for the Eagles to get back into this ball game. You know, they were up pretty much the entire, all the first quarter. Now they're down by 4, 20-16. Dropping back to pass. Wynn is looking and cannot find an open receiver, and he might have picked up a yard. And so Wichita County they're starting to turn it up a little bit. And as we talked about in the pregame show, so far this year, Trego has not seen a team like Wichita County.
Yeah, we were kind of texting before the game and everything, and I haven't seen either team play yet this year, and I thought Wichita County was a better team on paper, but right now it seemed like Wichita County kind of started off a little slow, but now we're starting to see their defense kind of pick things up.
Here's the punt, and it is almost off the side of the foot of Crawford, and some ladies bringing us nachos. That was awfully nice of her.
Hand brats, look at this.
Hand brat, wow. So it obviously was not a very long punt. They're going to mark the ball at the Wichita County, and there's a penalty. So looked like the ball was going to be marked out about the 32, but they're going to march it back, and the ball will officially be spotted at the 22. Didn't hear what the penalty was.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's kind of where the ball went out of bounds. I know the refs try to get it, where it crosses the plane, but all in all, this is it's just going to be a long drive here for Wichita County. A first down and 10 though, but their offense has been kind of rolling, so we'll see if they keep it moving.
Here is a pop. Nope, is a keeper, I believe, was.
Yep.
That was Young. Somebody had just asked if we wanted hot dogs, and so,
We were hitting at them. We saw these nachos and brats come by us. We're like, oh, these are for us. So
yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. But it's a pickup of 6 on the play for Cashton Young. Going in motion to the left is Dylan Luna. Young is going to hang on to this one himself. He's going to bulldoze his way out to close to the 35. They're going to mark it at 34, but it is enough for a first down. And Ashton Wynn, he just puts his helmet down and he just bowls his way to a first down.
Yeah, he's one of their more dominant players on offense and defense.
Yep, he's deceptively, plays a lot bigger than he actually is. And here he is again. He breaks another tackle.
Oh, wow.
And he is off to the foot race and is finally knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line by Crawford. 30 yards, they're going to call it on that play. And tell you, I didn't get a chance to say his size, but Cashton Young, 5'8", 177 pounds. He plays out there like he's 6 foot, 215 pounds.
Yeah, that's no kidding. He's already got 180 yards on the ground tonight, according to my stats.
That's good enough for us. Both. There's a flag on the play. Looked like maybe an option play. I thought for a second Bo Porter got the handoff, but believe it was holding. So that's going to set Wichita County back, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. And how important, Tate, is it for Waukene, for the Trego Golden Eagles, to get a big stop here?
I mean, it's pretty important. Wichita County's already up by 4 points. You definitely don't want to have them go up by 2 scores or more because, we've seen a lot of games this year that 2 scores go a really long ways. And with this one being a shootout that it's planning out to be, 2 scores, that's a mile. I mean, you don't want to be behind 2 scores. Both teams are scoring points. Trego hasn't really gotten the offense going here in the second quarter, but Wichita County has. As if you're Trego's defense and you're Coach Axton, you got to tell him you need a stop here because this might be one of the bigger stops in the game you would probably see because I don't see this game going much higher than, a total of 60, 70 points. Right. So this is one of the biggest stops of the game tonight. Looks like they're at the 20-yard line, so.
Yeah, that's where we're going to mark the ball. It's first down and 20 now. After that holding penalty. Other game going on tonight, Oberlin Decatur is at St. Francis, and St. Francis has been quietly putting together a pretty good start to their season.
Oh, nice little Highway 36 battle there.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's a full start.
And there's, I guess that's one way to keep them out of the end zone. Just keep marching them back. That's a false start for the Indians, and so what was first and 10 has now turned out to be first and 25 after 2 consecutive penalties.
And it's a first and goal. The chain gang's not even out there. It's a first and goal from the 25 right here.
You are correct. So first and goal from the 25. Wynn gets the snap, rolls out to his right. He throws the ball. It is caught over there by Dylan Luna, and he will be knocked out of bounds at about the 15-yard line after he picks up close to 10 on the play.
Yeah, we'll call it a 10-yard gain there. So you're kind of cutting into that wide field position. Second down and goal now from the 15.
8-man Division I football here in Waukene. It's the Trego Golden Eagles. Toughest test of the year so far against Wichita County Indians. And here is Wynn again. Breaks a tackle and finally brought down at about the 6-yard line. So with that pickup, it's still third and goal to go. Trego had them all backed up all the way to the 25, and here's a big play now for that Trego Golden Eagle defense.
You got to give them some credit. They were all the way at the 25. Now they're at the 6-yard line.
Wynn looking for a receiver. He has a man wide open, and it is caught for a touchdown. I believe that was Bo Porter.
Yep.
So Bo Porter came all the way across the field, and there was two players that Young could have thrown that to. But Bo Porter gets the diving catch in the corner of the end zone, and all of a sudden, it's 26-16. And here comes the 2-point conversion. Young dropping back. And it looked like a very similar play on the other side of the field. Just kind of threw it too low and just didn't really have a chance to Luna to catch that ball.
Yeah, he just short-armed it. That's all it is.
Yep. Other games tonight, Birch City is Shiloh is hosting Northern Valley. Grainfield, Wheatland, Grinnell, they're taking on Logan tonight. Colby meets Hugoton. Goodland is facing Holcomb. That should be a great game. Stockton, as you were saying earlier, they're taking on Hoxie tonight. Syracuse plays Oakley, and Ness City is also playing tonight, and they are just down the road in Quinter.
Man, Hill City and Rollins County tied at 14. Getting close to halftime there. That's a heck of a ball game. It sounded to be there in Atwood.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's St. Francis comes into that game with back-to-back shutouts, and they've got a really, really physical defense that's really carried them the last few seasons. The Oberlin Decatur has been cruising as well until they lost last week, and that's snapped their winning ways, but they're trying to get back on the tracks tonight. Okay, so Pablo Reyes, it's another onside kick, and it is covered at the 40. So, and it's 8-man football. Maybe they just don't have somebody that can boot the ball.
It kind of answers our question early in the game if they were doing it on purpose. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're definitely trying to just get the ball back, I would assume. I mean, that's kind of the only reason you do an onside kick, but maybe it's all part of the game plan. I'm not sure, but you're giving away 20, 30 yards every kickoff. Joaquini started off a lot of their drives pretty close to their 50-yard line, 40-yard line.
Right. All right, so Wynn is going to take this snap, and he will. That almost looked like a horse collar. And actually, that wasn't Wynn. That was Ashton Wynn. I'm sorry, but it looked like a horse collar. But that was not called. But even the fans are kind of saying, miss to the refs out there.
You can kind of tell when a player kind of falls backwards on the tackle. Maybe something was grabbed up behind, but the ref was right there. He must have not saw anything. Too much to throw any laundry.
But Wynn picked up 5 yards, brings up 2nd and 5 now at the 35 of Wichita County. Wynn with the option play, and he's going to keep this one himself, and then he pitches it out to the 30 and finally brought out of bounds inside the 20.
Looks like Connis.
It sure was. Boy, that was just at the last minute, and 15 yards on the play, and it's a first down for the Golden Eagles. Now they are inside the 19-yard line of Wichita County. So Wichita County has put together 26 points so far. We're halfway through the second quarter, and Trego is looking to give a response to that. And Wynn is tripped up as he just takes it right up the middle, ball out to the 10-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 9 on the play, brings us up 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, 7 attempts, 29 yards so far for Wynn. I thought he was pretty close to that first down, but ultimately it's going to be a 2nd down and short. Now Joaquini's knocking on the door with 5.5 left.
Well, the previous play where Wynn pitched it out to Connis kind of makes you want. Was that a forward? Did you see a forward?
I didn't even see him pitch it, to be honest.
Going around the left side is Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner picks up the first down, picks up 5 yards, and now the ball is at the 11-yard line. The 6-yard line, brings up 1st and goal for the Golden Eagles with 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, trailing by 10. Touchdown would be huge here.
Yeah, this is a big play here, big drive for Joaquini.
Wynn's going to hang on the ball, and he tackled inside the 5. Looks like we're going to give him about 2 yards on the play, and we have an injured Golden Eagle on the field. Crowd goes a little quiet here. No, actually, that's a Wichita County player that is down. That's number 4, Pablo Reyes.
Definitely don't want to see that if you're any team. You hate to see one of your players get hurt.
So, other games going on tonight. Dodge City clashes with the Liberal. That's always a big game. Stanton County takes on TMP. And Beloit is hosting Phillipsburg tonight. Ellis takes on La Crosse. Hoisington hosts Southwestern Heights. And Russell is having a great season, and they are taking on Larned tonight.
Wow, I just saw that Great Bend was up 41-0 over Wichita North. That's one of those teams we talked about earlier in the division reassignment that they're dropping down to 4A. I said, watch out 4A. They're going to be a squad.
They are, and in fact, Great Bend is ranked number 2 in the state by Sports in Kansas and 3-0, and Reyes is getting up off the field, and not sure if it's a knee injury or not, but he's walking off under his own power, which is what we definitely want to see.
He's got a little bit of a limp, but nothing. That's what athletic trainers are for, try to get you back out there. But
that's right. So Great Bend, you were saying they're taking on Wichita North, and Wichita North comes into that ball game 0-3 tonight. And Hayes High, they lost that heartbreaker to Manhattan, but they stay in the WAC race. They have a rivalry till tonight with Garden City. That's Hayes High's homecoming game tonight.
At their home field.
At their brand new home field.
First homecoming of the home field. Good for Hayes.
Yes, absolutely. So Trego looking to score, and not much going there as Connis gets the carry, maybe picks up a yard on the play. The ball spotted now at the 3. So it's 3rd down and 3 with 4 minutes left to go, and Trego's trying to cut into this 10-point deficit.
Yeah, and they desperately need to, as now we have a timeout on the field. Looks like taken by Coach Haxton and the Golden Eagles.
We're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Across Northwest Kansas, families rely on more than just good neighbors. They count on trusted care. At Phillips County Health Systems, we serve our communities with one mission: patient-centered excellence. From emergency services to specialty care, we provide comprehensive, high-quality health care focused on you. Phillips County Health Systems, caring for our region, centered on you.
Ready to step into comfort again? At High Plains Podiatry, Dr. Robert Hins has over 20 years of experience helping families across southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas stay on their feet. From heel pain to sports injuries to diabetic care and surgery, we're here to restore your stride. Don't live with foot pain. Call High Plains Podiatry today at 308-345-3773 to schedule your appointment.
We're back.
Connis right up the middle.
Connis with the carry on 3rd and 3, and he punches it in for his second touchdown of the night.
And there goes the cannon. We haven't heard that for a little while, and I'm sure the Trego Golden Eagle fans are happy to hear it. We're back to a one-score ball game. Connis right up the gut.
26-22. Going for a 2-point conversion, Connis. You going to feed Connis again here?
I would. I mean, it's either that or you throw a little slant pass, but they're going to feed Connis.
And I don't know. He didn't make it.
Nope.
He did not make the 2-point conversion. So with 3:57 left to go in the second quarter, it's 26-22, Wichita County with the lead. The Kansas High School Activities Association conducts officials rules, meetings, trainings, clinics, and workshops throughout the state with a view towards providing a sound educational experience for all athletes. If you'd like more information on becoming an official in any sport, contact the Kansas High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329. This is a public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and Nex-Tech Game Time.
These games can't happen without officials, folks, and we like to thank all of them that do volunteer their time to come out and support these high school kids by, letting them play the sports they love to play. So if you are interested, like Steve said, if you know anything about any sport of high school, go out there and try to become official. It's great for the game.
So Wynn setting up to kick off. Deep to receive for the Indians. And it's going to go out of bounds, and that's a penalty. And so the kickoff of Huck Carpenter, who is back to receive the kickoff, just let it go. I mean, he had the great angle, saw it going out of bounds, and so it's a penalty on Trego.
They do have an option to re-kick it if they want, but it looks like Coach Douglas is going to go ahead and take the yards. So that's going to give them another 10 yards. Now they're up to the 25.
Coach Brandon Douglas, he's in his 8th year, brings a record into this ball game at 69-13.
Wow.
And as I said in the pregame show, he's had 33 wins in the past 3 years.
Averaging 11 wins a year.
That's impressive.
That's really impressive.
All right, so Cashton Young, the quarterback, sends Porter into motion. Young's going to hang on to this one. Why not? He's been successful all night. Breaks the tackle and picks up 9 on the play.
And he's creeping up on 200 yards in the first half. That's 198 according to my stats. They just keep feeding him the rock, and, it's been working.
Well, he's got 32 carries coming into this ball game, 344 yards. But here's the thing that gets me. 10.8 yards per carry. And I think he's outdone that tonight as he gets the call again up the middle, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. And Wichita County gets a fresh set of downs with 3:15 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that put him at 200 yards on the dot. That's a heck of a first half by him. He's on pace for 400 yards in this ball game. And possibly more here.
Yeah, we're not even at halftime yet. So when well, it's going to be a handoff to the right side. That was Bo Porter. Bo Porter gets knocked out of bounds as he crosses midfield. He bounced off of that replay. He bounced off of a tackle, and so it brings up 2nd and 5 now for the Indians.
Yeah, Joaquini's defense is completely focused right now on Cash and Young. It's going to give them chances, or it's going to give Wichita County chances to feed the other kids.
It's Young and Porter in the backfield. It's a pass out to Porter, and Porter steps out of bounds somewhere around the 35. Play was kind of slow to develop, and he looked like he may have lost a yard or so.
I think he got 1 yard out of that. He kind of caught it about 3 yards deep in the behind the line of scrimmage, and he tried to reach out to get some more, but I think he stepped out of bounds, about 1 yard gain here.
So the Indians are looking to score before halftime. We're at 2:14 on the clock as the play went out of bounds.
And Wichita County's taking their time.
Absolutely. because Trego gets the ball to start the second half as they deferred the kickoff. And there is a Webb breaking across field. He broke one tackle, and he breaks another tackle, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Trego had an opportunity back there. I believe that was maybe Hudson Dynas that had that opportunity, and just nothing going there. And
yeah, that was all Cash and Young right there. I mean, he tried to bring it to the left side. It was designed to come towards us all the way to Trego's sideline, but there was nothing open, so we just turned it around, took it to the other sideline right in front of his bench, and took it to the house for 33 yards. 4th touchdown of the night.
And Young's going to hang on to it again, puts his head down, and bulldozes into the end zone.
Wow.
Well, the 2-point conversion is good, and that extends Wichita County's lead now to 12, 34-22. So here in Waukene, they are at halftime. They are going to recognize all veterans. I don't know if we caught that before the game started, but the entire Trego County, Trego Golden Eagle team all carried different flags out of their locker room, out to the field, and actually kind of did a lap around the field. That was pretty cool.
It was cool. Yeah, we saw all 4 flags of the armed forces, and I mean it's a great thing. You don't see that a lot in high school football. Them recognize veterans and everything. And tonight at halftime, like you said, they're going to recognize them. And us from Nex-Tech want to thank all the veterans out there as well. As you fight for our freedom, and here we are. We get to watch football.
Yes, sir.
In this great country.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's one of the beauties of living out in western Kansas. I know there's other regions that do that as well, but it's just awesome to see that. And so I would echo your sentiment. We appreciate and there's a flag on the kickoff, and guess what? Another onside attempt. But
I'm starting to think maybe that's why they don't kick it down the field, because I think they were trying to kind of kick it maybe to the second deck if they could, and I'm not sure.
So it goes out of bounds, and they're going to re-kick it and send them back a few yards.
And if I was Coach Axton, I would definitely re-kick it, because they've been on-siding it 10, 20 yards. You've been starting off with really good field positioning every time, so you might as well try to force him to try to kick it down the field. This time he's going to kick it from the right hash. There might be a little bit of a pull situation when he tries to kick the ball, but in pre-games I thought I saw him kicking it pretty straight.
Well, this is Gavin Castillo, because it was Perez who walked off the field injured just a little bit ago. So Gavin Perez is the new kicker, and
we were 5 yards too far back.
Yeah, they marked the ball wrong. The officials did. So Gavin Castillo, 5'8", 250 pounds. He's a junior for the Wichita County Indians. And now, I think Coach Axel wants to take a timeout here.
Yeah, it was a timeout, Wichita County. I don't know if they're going to plan something out or what's going on here, but we'll eventually see a kickoff.
Ask any sports enthusiast what fall means in the state of Kansas. They're going to tell you football, cross country, volleyball, soccer, and a whole lot more. The best in entertainment, sportsmanship, and community involvement will unfold during the next few months. Activities give us as fans the opportunity to show how much pride they have in their youth and to talk about their accomplishments. So make sure that you support your school's student body, their faculty, and their administration. This was also a public service announcement from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and Nex-Tech Game Time. So here we go again, and it is an actual kickoff. And it is going to go into the end zone, and it is a touchback.
Oh, the flag didn't even matter.
Nope. So with 2:03 left to go in the second quarter, this is a great opportunity, I think, Tate, for Trego to get hopefully some points on the board for them. And then they get the opening kickoff in the second half and maybe try to build off that momentum as well.
Yeah, because they're down by 2 scores at the moment. And if they can get a score here within this 2 minutes for the half, like you said, they get the ball back. They could take the lead if they score in back-to-back possessions. And if you're Coach Haxton, that's definitely the plan.
Wynn gets the snap. There we go. He's going to take it himself around the right side and nothing going. So Ashton Wynn will pick up a couple of yards and took a pretty hard hit to his thigh there as Wynn was kind of rubbing his thigh a little bit, got upended there.
Yeah, a little gain of 2. Clock's going to keep on running here. So, I'm thinking on this drive we might see a little deep pass. They try to double move earlier. Maybe they'll try that over here on the near sideline.
Sampson and Aschenbrenner split right, dropping back to pass. This is when he is going deep. He is looking for Aschenbrenner and overthrows him. And no flag on the play.
I mean, there was no hands being used. It was just kind of all body. I don't know. It could have been called. It could have been not called, but I think it's a good no call.
I was just going to say I believe it is a good no call as well. And you called it. They were going to air it out and see how far they can get this down the field. But with 3rd and 8, with a minute 21 left to go in the second quarter,
clock stops as well. So
yes, it's been a really great game, and I think people around the state had their eyes on this particular game. And Wichita County making the 2-hour drive up here to Waukeeny and Wynn back in the backfield. Looking for Connis, and Wynn's going to take this one himself. Cuts back across the field, across the 30, out to the 31-yard line. A nice little 12-yard gain on that play for Wynn. But the clock keeps running at a minute 9 left to go in the second quarter. Wynn back to pass, tries to swing it out to Aschenbrenner out to the right side, just overthrew him, but it did stop the clock, so it's now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I got a minute 4 on the clock. I was just trying to get a little quick pass out to the sideline to stop the clock anyways, but ultimately all you do is kind of lose it down there. I think they're going to air it out here in the next couple plays if I had to guess.
Well, you got Vladen Crawford out there, the freshman who's he's caught a touchdown this year, earlier this season, but he is not split out. Wynn looking across the middle, and it is dropped. Aaron Sampson had a couple steps on his defender and would have easily picked up the first down, but just dropped the ball.
Yeah, it hit him right in the numbers. I think he had a little bit of extra space to run after that catch as well, but ultimately, it's going to be a 3rd down and 10, still in their own territory. Only burned 3 seconds off the clock.
It's a very big 3rd down now for Trego. Aschenbrenner split right. I believe that's Crawford split left. It's back to passes Wynn. He gets flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run, and he will get close to midfield. And there's a late flag. Not a late flag, but a flag for, I believe it's going to be a late hit. Unnecessary roughness on Wichita County to the applause of the local fans. And he just cut across and
he just jumped a little bit
really
too late.
Yeah, that was on Chase Carpenter.
Oh, that's a huge penalty. Now we got a timeout for Trego.
Yep, Trego's going to take a timeout and kind of figure out for the last 54 seconds some plays to get them into the end zone to get this back to a 1-score deficit. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You are watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Nex-Tech Wireless has been offering superior coverage to Kansans for close to 20 years. My, how things have changed. bringing us to modern technology we trust and depend on. Rain or shine, wind or snow, we'll be there because we live here too. We're investing in our communities and connecting Kansans. It's not a gimmick, it's our guarantee. Nex-Tech Wireless has been
Oakley
offering
7, Syracuse
superior
6.
coverage to Kansans for close to 20
We are
years.
back
My
here in Waukene as coming back from a break, and well, what kind of a play do you think they drew up out there?
I don't know. With 53 seconds on the clock, I could totally see them trying to maybe get one of those option plays that you saw with Wynn and Connis, but it looks like they're going to line up a pass with 3 receivers left.
Pat Haxton and his Golden Eagle team have 1 timeout left, and
Somebody moved.
false start. That is not exactly what Coach Haxton had in mind, and they're going to march the ball back to the 30-yard line, just outside the 30, and it's 1st and 15.
Yeah, you saw that big penalty on the 2 plays before it by Chase Carpenter. That got Trego into Wichita County territory. Now it looks like the Eagles are going to maybe run the same play.
Well, this is Aschenbrenner who gets the call on this one and brings it out past the 35 down to the 34-yard line and picks up 7 on that play, and hurry-up offense now for the Golden Eagles. Wynn back to pass and overthrows his intended receiver, Aaron Sampson. Excuse me, that was Crawford.
Yeah, just not the most accurate passing here from the quarterback Ashton Wynn. So I don't know. I'm not sure if you decide to air one out or if you try to break one along the outside. Coach Jackson calling the play out to Win. We'll see.
Well, Connis started the game with a 35-yard touchdown run. He's been kind of stymied ever since then, but back in to pass is Wynn again. And nice little toe tap catch over on the sideline, and that is by Aschenbrenner. And Aschenbrenner stops the clock getting out of bounds with 23 seconds left to go. 4th down and a yard. You've got a timeout left. Is this Jack Connis time?
I mean, if you're trying to get the first down and then maybe call a timeout, I would definitely go right up the middle with Connis, and they're going to line up in I formation maybe to do so. You have that timeout in your pocket. Might try to get him off sides.
The fumble snap, and not at all.
That was maybe the worst possible time for a mishandled snap.
Absolutely.
There.
And Pat Haxton, head coach for the Golden Eagles, is beside himself on the sideline, and just like you said, Tate, awful time for that to happen.
Yeah, now you have Wichita County with the ball with 20 seconds left. I could see him try to run out the ball, but I could also see him try to air something out and try to get a heck of a play. Coach Douglas might know what he's thinking here.
So the Indians have 20 seconds, 2 timeouts, and false start on the Indians, and that's several offensive penalties now for the Indians, and if anything, it knocked 3 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it took 3 seconds off the clock. I mean, it was at 20, and I figured it would be back to 20 seconds, but
well,
maybe try to run out the clock now.
So look for Young to air this one. Nope, he is going to keep it. Runs up the middle, and
he said his knee was down.
They said his knee was down, and Young not happy with that one, but he picks up 6 6 yards on the play, and with 3 seconds to go, Wichita County is going to call the timeout. Let's look to see. No, I didn't see his knee touch the ground.
From up here, I didn't see his knee touch the ground either.
So you can understand why Cashin Young was hopping mad about that one. That was I didn't see the knee on the ground either. So, but it is what it is. And with 3 seconds left to go in the second quarter, 34-22, Wichita County with the 12-point lead.
Yeah, Coach Douglas is definitely drawing something up here. I think they're going to try to go for the end zone.
Well, their number one receiver is Dylan Luna, who's got 2 touchdowns on the year, 246 yards on 15 carries. But don't forget about Bo Porter. He's caught a couple tonight as well. Those two are the top receivers so far this season for the Wichita County Indians. And this is probably going to be the last play of the half with 3 seconds. Dropping back and
oh wow,
little Music City Miracle type of. That's
all right.
That was. I'm not even sure what to call that, but it was maybe a little screen pass out to the right, and the receiver threw it back to.
I'm not even
Young.
Sure. I don't know if I count that as a rush or a pass attempt or what there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, what an interesting way to end the first half of this ball game. It's been a really good game. Several turnovers, lots of penalties, but these two teams both ranked in the state, going hard at each other. The number 2 Wichita County Indians and the number 4 or 5. I lost that paper, but the Trego County Golden Eagles. It was a great game, and so we're going to take a break for halftime. And when we come back, we'll get you caught up on some scores around the area, and maybe talk a little bit of stats and more as we get ready for the second half. You are watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to our Trego Golden Eagle Game Time Boosters, Waukeeny Animal Hospital, Earl Liquor, and Old 40 Auto Care. These proud supporters stand behind the Waukeeny students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Pit Road Liquor, Trego Recreation Commission, Blaze Market, along with Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, BARC's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk? Okay.
Across Northwest Kansas, families rely on more than just good neighbors. They count on trusted care. At Phillips County Health Systems, we serve our communities with one mission: patient-centered excellence. From emergency services to specialty care, we provide comprehensive, high-quality health care focused on you. Phillips County Health Systems, caring for our region, centered on you.
Ready to step into comfort again? At High Plains Podiatry, Dr. Robert Hins has over 20 years of experience helping families across southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas stay on their feet. From heel pain to sports injuries to diabetic care and surgery, we're here to restore your stride. Don't live with foot pain. Call High Plains Podiatry today at 308-345-3773 to schedule your appointment.
Nex-Tech Wireless has been offering superior coverage to Kansans for close to 20 years. My, how things have changed. Bringing us to modern technology we trust and depend on. Rain or shine, wind or snow, we'll be there. Because we live here too. We're investing in our communities and connecting Kansans. It's not a gimmick, it's our guarantee.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to our Trego Golden Eagle Game Time Boosters, Waukeeny Animal Hospital, Earl Liquor, and Old 40 Auto Care. These proud supporters stand behind the Waukeeny students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Pit Road Liquor, Trego Recreation Commission, Blaze Market, along with Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you will be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids. That's why I rely on BARC. Built by parents, for parents, BARC's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk? Okay.
Across Northwest Kansas, families rely on more than just good neighbors. They count on trusted care. At Phillips County Health Systems, we serve our communities with one mission: patient-centered excellence. From emergency services to specialty care, we provide comprehensive, high-quality health care focused on you. Phillips County Health Systems, caring for our region, centered on you.
Ready to step into comfort again? At High Plains Podiatry, Dr. Robert Hins has over 20 years of experience helping families across southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas stay on their feet. From heel pain to sports injuries to diabetic care and surgery, we're here to restore your stride. Don't live with foot pain. Call High Plains Podiatry today at 308-345-3773 to schedule your appointment.
Nex-Tech Wireless has been offering superior coverage to Kansans for close to 20 years. My, how things have changed. Bringing us to modern technology we trust and depend on. Rain or shine, wind or snow, we'll be there. Because we live here too. We're investing in our communities and connecting Kansans. It's not a gimmick, it's our guarantee.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to our Trego Golden Eagle Game Time Boosters, Waukeeny Animal Hospital, Earl Liquor, and Old 40 Auto Care. These proud supporters stand behind the Waukeeny students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Pit Road Liquor, Trego Recreation Commission, Blaze Market, along with Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
We're back at Custer Field here in Waukeeny. Hometown Trego Golden Eagles with a 12-point deficit here at the half. Tate, we got a lot of games going around in the area. What kind of updates are we looking at here?
Well, we got Hayes High above Garden City, a kind of a game we talked about a little bit earlier. 35 Hayes High, Garden City 7. So Hayes High in that nice little rivalry game looking to take it home. Goodland losing to Holcomb 21-14. That game's at halftime. Great Bend 61, Wichita North 8. So Wichita North did get some points on that 5A powerhouse Great Bend. We also have Scott City 17, Ulysses 7. Trying to find some local games. Clifton Clyde 40, Lakeside 0. Hoxie 46, Stockton 6. That game's at halftime. That one might be over here pretty soon. Quinter 20, Ness City 12. That game's at halftime as well. Smith Center 12, Plainville 8. That's a heck of a little mid-county league game right there. Lynn above Thunder Ridge 22-6 at halftime. Oakley 7, Syracuse 6 at halftime. That's all I have here as well. And then last update I had on Hill City was Hill City 22 and Atwood 14, and I assume that's in the third quarter. So lots of good games going on, lots of blowouts as usual Friday.
Yep, absolutely. We want to thank our Game Time major sponsors. This Nex-Tech Game Time is brought to you by the Hayes Rec, also by Nex-Tech Wireless, Mapes & Miller, Redeemed Designs, High Plains Podiatry, Phillips County. Okay, that one about gave me a heart attack. They have a cannon here. That's the second time they got me tonight. Phillips County Hospital and also Nex-Tech. We appreciate your support of these Friday night games on Nex-Tech Game Time. I'll just, we can do another little PSA here if you want. Tate, carry it away.
Okay, imagine you debating or marching before hundreds of people. Kansas high school students have been debating and performing spectacular marching halftimes since school started. You are invited to support the fall activity programs of your school, attend a game, volunteer to judge a debate, or even enjoy a music program. This is a public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and Nex-Tech Game Time.
Well said, well said. We'll take a quick break. There's a couple minutes left on the clock before we start the second half. And Trego will get the ball to start the second half and try to cut it into that 12-point lead. You are watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk? Okay.
Across Northwest Kansas, families rely on more than just good neighbors. They count on trusted care. At Phillips County Health Systems, we serve our communities with one mission: patient-centered excellence. From emergency services to specialty care, we provide comprehensive, high-quality health care focused on you. Phillips County Health Systems, caring for our region, centered on you.
Ready to step into comfort again? At High Plains Podiatry, Dr. Robert Hins has over 20 years of experience helping families across southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas stay on their feet. From heel pain to sports injuries to diabetic care and surgery, we're here to restore your stride. Don't live with foot pain. Call High Plains Podiatry today at 308-345-3773 to schedule your appointment.
Nex-Tech Wireless has been offering superior coverage to Kansans for close to 20 years. My, how things have changed. Bringing us to modern technology we trust and depend on. Rain or shine, wind or snow, we'll be there. Because we live here too. We're investing in our communities and connecting Kansans. It's not a gimmick, it's our guarantee.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hayesrec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
A special thanks to our Trego Golden Eagle Game Time Boosters, Waukeeny Animal Hospital, Earl Liquor, and Old 40 Auto Care. These proud supporters stand behind the Waukeeny students and athletes. Go Fight Win from Pit Road Liquor, Trego Recreation Commission, Blaze Market, along with Professional Fire Equipment, longtime full-season booster of Nex-Tech Game Time. They're rooting for all area schools to have a great year.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
So we're just about ready to start the second half here in Waukene. What kind of statistics are we looking at over there, Tate?
Well, all the statistics are unofficial, just FYI. They're not going to be exactly what you see on Max Preps tomorrow morning, but we'll go through Wichita County's stats that I have conjoined here in the first half. For Wichita County, Dylan Luna with 10 yards rushing on 2 attempts. Also, Bo Porter on 5 attempts. He's got 7. But the main story, Cashton Young, he's got so many tally marks of attempts, I can't even count them. But he's got 4 touchdowns in the first half, 254 yards rushing. A heck of a first half for him. And then he's also thrown some receiving yards to number 7, Dylan Luna, who I have recorded as 7. 8 yards for Tyson Peters and 7 yards total through the air for Bo Porter. On the other end, we have number 22, that is Jack Connis. He's got a total of 58 according to my record on the ground, and 43 coming from the quarterback Ashton Wynn. 14 coming from Jared Ashenbrenner, and number 19, you have Cass Smith, who's got 5 yards rushing. Only 20 yards through the air. Those were caught all by number 19, Ashenbrenner. So we're underway here in the second half.
And just like every other one, well, except for one, it was an onside kick. And so Trego will have the ball at midfield.
Yeah, lots of onside kicks in that first half. We're not sure, why. Maybe that's just the way Wichita County does it this year. But ultimately, you're setting up Trego still down by 2 scores as they were unable to score on that last drive. On that, the failed snap to give the ball back to Wichita County. If they would have scored on that drive and had this drive, they would have had a chance to take the lead. But there was a flag on the kickoff, but it got picked up. So it'll be Waukene ball at the 50-yard line, it looks like, Steve.
So you kind of wonder what the conversation in the Golden Eagle locker room was over halftime. What kind of adjustments do you think Trego is going to need to make to climb back into this ball game?
Well, they're definitely going to have to contain the quarterback, Cashton Young, with those 254 yards. That's one guy you have to focus on.
And the first play from scrimmage in the second half.
Wow.
They're letting him until he hits the ground, and there's a late flag. That was, to Connis.
Oh, it's a personal foul. It's going to give him some yards.
So Connis only picked up a yard on that, but let's tack on, another 15 yards?
Yeah, they just couldn't get him to the ground. Connis kept fighting, kept moving his feet. And then Wichita County Indian just must have came in a little bit too late. That's all it is. That's a second personal foul penalty on Wichita County.
Jack Connis is a junior, 5'11", 195-pound running back. He's a big kid. And so with that 15-yard penalty, that moves the ball all of a sudden to the 22-yard line of Wichita County. So 1st and 10 now for the Golden Eagles, who during the halftime recognized probably at least 15 to 20 U.S. military veterans and marched all the way around the track, around the field, and a big round of applause for those brave men and women who have so bravely served our country, or continue to serve our country.
It was a really cool moment here in Trego, that's for sure.
All right, so we're back in action now. When the quarterback gets the snap, drops back. Just a nice little down and out for the reception. And that's Crawford getting the call, picks up 5 on the play. Just a little hook route for Crawford, and it's positive yards. They haven't had a whole lot of success in the air tonight so far.
No, so far to my tally, that's 25 yards through the air on I only have 3 attempts. I probably missed a few in there, but 2nd down and 5 now for the Golden Eagles.
This is a handoff to the right side, and I believe that was Jack Connis. Nothing going there. In fact, he is going to lose close to 3 yards on the play. So it's now 3rd down and 8. That's not the direction you want to go. Joaquini's got great field position, and the ball right on the 20-yard line. And see what they dial up here for the Golden Eagles. Wynn drops back, avoids a tackle, runs into the pocket, finds Connis on the right side. He breaks a tackle inside the 10, and that's going to be a 1st down for the Trego Golden Eagles.
Wow, that's Connis' first catch of the night, and it was an excellent one. I think the defender even pushed him past the 1st down, so that's called it a gain of 13 yards.
Well, Connis comes into the game with 24 catches and 99 yards receiving. His longest reception of the year was 50 yards, a 50-yard touchdown. So, fresh set of downs now for the Golden Eagles as they try to climb back into this 12-point deficit. Win with Cass Smith in motion. Wynn's going to keep it and dives towards the 5, and that's where they're going to mark it. So, gain of 4 on the play. Looks like the ball was spotted at the 9, so it brings up 2nd and goal now, just starting the 3rd period here in Joaquini. So we got Connis in the backfield again. Look for him or a keeper by Wynn. Wynn's going to drop back and almost picked off. Good read over there by Christian Figueroa. As he read that one perfectly, and fortunately for Trego, it was kind of thrown in the ground. Wasn't an overly good pass.
Yeah, it was a little bit. I mean, Figueroa kind of had it read like a book, but the pass was kind of a little too low for it to be catchable at all.
So now we got 3rd and goal from just inside the 5-yard line for the Golden Eagles. Can they score on here? On this play, Wynn is going to kick it himself, dives into the end zone, touchdown!
He got it, wow. Nice run.
Beautiful run there by Wynn, and dove in. He knew he was close and dove in for the touchdown. That makes it 34-28, and a very important 2-point conversion coming up.
Yeah, it's if you can cut it to a 4-point lead or 4-point deficit here and hold Wichita County, you know, they've kind of needed to do that the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Wichita County's offense, one player has kind of hurt them. And now here, this 2-point conversion will go a long way, especially the final, 5 minutes of the game is where it's going to matter most.
So Wynn's got Aschenbrenner and Connell in, and it is picked off. The 2-point conversion pass intended for Aaron Sampson was intercepted, so the 2-point conversion is no good, but it brings Trego to within 6 with 8:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 34-28, Wichita County with the lead. We'll be back. You are watching Nex-Tech Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Here at Mapes & Miller, we take care of your finances, allowing you time to take care of your business, farm, and personal lives. We offer financial services, including tax prep, bookkeeping, payroll, and auditing. We offer services to farmers, ranchers, small businesses, and more. By coming to us, you'll be able to spend more time at your business and with your families. It's not what you make, it's what you keep.
He's up 44-20.
We are back, and you got a score update for us, Tate.
Yeah, Hill City 44, Atwood 20. So So Hill City's starting to run away with it, and that's a big number after the Trego Atwood game. So maybe Hill City's starting to play some football here. We get to do them here in just a few weeks, I think, in Hill City, final game of the year.
Yes, sir. And Wynn with the low kick, and it's going to be fumbled at the 5 and finally picked up by Wichita County, and a whole flock of Golden Eagles makes the tackle and taking. And to tell you what, the Wichita County sideline was not happy that they let that play continue and potentially get the player hurt. But that was Huck Carpenter, and finally brought down at the 11-yard line. So let's see what Wichita County does here on their first possession of the second half. In motion is Porter. This is a run up the middle. And so Young with the keeper picks up 7 on the play, and will bring up 2nd and 3. Young is very impressive. 250-some yards, you said, in the
261 after that one.
Okay. So you had 254 in the first half alone. He drops back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run around the right side. Finally brought out of bounds.
Keep it around the right side by Young, tripped up by Smith.
Brought out to the 27-yard line. And that's going to be another fresh set of downs for Wichita County.
Yeah, just keep feeding the hot hand. He has plenty of attempts, plenty of yards in the first half, and they're just keeping the hot hand rolling here with Caston Young.
Caston Young, Porter, I believe that's Luna also with him in the backfield. This is going to be a handoff around the right side. Not much going there, as the ball carrier was Porter. Picks up a yard and brings up 2nd down and 9.
I think they're looking to maybe air it out. It's either going to be an air out or they're going to maybe run a quarterback draw or something similar.
So they got trips to the left now as Young back in the shotgun formation. Rolls out to his left. He's looking for a receiver. Just a little flip. Don't really think that was a pass, but it was a flip, and he tried to get it out to Dylan Luna, incomplete, and it's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they're trying to air it out, but to be honest, if you're Wichita County, the run game's working. You know, if you give the ball, keep giving the ball to Caston Young as much as you can without him getting too gassed out. But it looks like they're going to maybe pass it again with 4 receivers out.
7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Back to pass, and he finds a wide receiver open, Dylan Luna, and he fumbles the ball. There's a scramble on the field. Trego's got it.
Wow.
So Dylan Luna with a nice catch. And I'm not sure who the defensive player was. We'll see if we got a replay on that. Well, guess who that was? That was none other than Ashton Wynn.
Yep.
So Ashton Wynn gets the fumble, and for Wynn, he has a propensity of doing that. He's got 2 forced fumbles this year coming in this ball game, so that'll make his 3rd.
And that's a huge turnover.
Absolutely.
You have the chance to tie it up, maybe take the lead.
Handoff up the middle, and that is Conness, and he will pick up 4 on that play, brings up 2nd down and 6 as they get inside Wichita County territory with 6.5 left to go in the third quarter. And so far, this game, Tate, is kind of living up to its billing.
Yeah, it's a great game. 1 score, 6.5 left in the third. Lots to play, but Joaquini looking to try to do something.
High formation, Connell up. Oh! Right up the middle, and he will not be touched. That's a 32-yard touchdown run for Jack Connis. And that gets the hometown fans on their feet. He ran through one tackle, and he was off to the races.
His third rushing touchdown of the night, Steve. He's having a great night. He started off hot and then kind of slowed down, but man, they're feeding the hot hand now.
He had 6 coming into the ball game, so he's already up to 9 now for the season in just his 4th game. So, Trego's climbed back into this one. Here's a pitch out. This goes back to Connis, and not much success there, but they haven't finally got him down. But the 2-point conversion is no good. But
man,
we've got a tie ball game, Tate.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's kind of living up to what we thought it would be. Tied at 34 in the third quarter, and man, it's a shootout.
Well, Wichita County beat Trego last year 58-6. And so, you know that Trego had this game circled on their calendar, and you know it's been a great ball game. Trego's got the bigger team, but I think you could argue that Wichita County, they've got probably more big game experience on their side. So, tell you, Trego's giving Wichita County everything that they can give them.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think Trego's got the size, but Wichita County has the speed, and those two are kind of even out on each other right now. That's a tie ball game, and oh man.
So we talked about Ashton Wynn, who forced that fumble on that reception. He had 2 forced fumbles last week.
Wow.
And so that's we talked about the pregame show. If Trego was to pull this game out tonight, they have a real legitimate shot of running the table going into the playoffs this year. Wynn gets the short kickoff, right side, and
grab it!
It's still on the ground.
Oh, Trego had a chance to get the ball inside the 10.
Huge chance, and
oh man,
boy! I mean, I think Huck Carpenter. I think he was thinking, well, that's just going to go out of bounds, but it stayed in bounds.
Oh man! As soon as that ball goes past 10 yards, it's live.
It's anybody's ball. So a lucky break for Wichita County, but it backs them up to their own 7-yard line. Going in motion is Bo Porter. Bo Porter will get the catch on the right side and puts his head down and gets knocked out of bounds. Out to the 12-yard line. He's going to pick up, let's call it 8, and brings up 2nd down and 2. And that stops the clock with 6 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. It is a heck of a ball game, folks. 34-34. Well, Young is going to keep it, and he had some open running room, and gets knocked out of bounds. And we got an injured Wichita County player. He's trying to fight through. He's one of their offensive linemen. He's just trying to fight through the injury. Wichita County's got 9 players over on the sideline, but doesn't look like any of them are offensive line size. That looks like a kind of a mixed up play there. Looks like Christian Figueroa may have supposed to get the handoff there, but it ends up being a keeper by Cashton Young.
Yeah, quarterback and running back just not the same page.
Yep.
That's all it was. But good heads-up play by Young just to take off with it. Still lost a yard, though.
David Romero into the ball game now for the Indians. 5.5 left to go in the third quarter. Young waiting for the snap. 2 receivers split right. Young is going to tuck it and run, and he's going to pick up minimal yardage. Probably give him about 3 yards on that play. So this brings up a big third down and 8 for the Indians. And I think probably going to see a lot of Cashton Young. And he drops back to the back. Oh! It's picked off. He has Young to beat. He is gone. Guess who? Win. Quarterback picks off a quarterback. It is a pick 6 for the Trego Golden Eagles.
Wow.
Ashton Wynn, right place, right time. And all he had to do was beat Cashton Young to get the touchdown. And wow, what a turn of events here, Tate.
Trego with the lead. It was 34-22 at half, and all of a sudden it's 40-34, or excuse me, 40. Yeah, it's 40-34 now. Trego on top, and man, all the momentum is in favor of the Golden Eagles here in this third quarter.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Young's third pick tonight.
Yep, that was third interception thrown.
They've already had a fumble, too. Wynn's going to keep this one himself, and he is just short of the goal line for the 2-point conversion. But the fans are on their feet. Trego has the momentum now, up 40-34, 4:46 left to go in the third quarter. Wow, we got a great one. We will come back. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk? Okay.
Now the crowd's into it.
Now the crowd is into it as we are back here in Trego. Trego has scored 2 touchdowns here in the third quarter, and we're a little over halfway through it. And the story so far, Ashton Wynn.
Yeah, it's been quarterback battle tonight. Ashton Wynn and Cashton Young both having tremendous ball games.
And a deep kickoff, and that one almost went through the goalpost.
It's almost good.
So it is another touchback, and Wichita County trying to gather themselves up now as they just gave up a pick 6 in the previous play. And tell you what, that sideline of Trego, they are fired up over there, and let's see if they can keep that momentum going as Wichita County has their backs against the wall again. This will be a keeper around the right side, and not much going there for Cashton Young. So Tate, Cashton Young just threw a pick 6. So if you're the coach, you keep airing the ball out?
Run the ball. I would run the ball just like they're doing here.
Yep, and Cashton Young's finally knocked out of bounds, and keeper will pick up close to 4 yards on that play. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Needs to get out just past the 25-yard line. I see no reason why Ashton Young just doesn't take this into his own hands, Tate.
I think Coach Douglas is going to give him the okay to run the ball here too, I would guess, unless they motion somebody.
Yep, going in motion is Luna. It's going to be a keeper, and
stop.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to see who is. He he bobbled the ball on the snap for one, and that kind of set the timing off tremendously. And that might have been Connus back there.
Looks like there's an injured Indian over there.
They've already had one player, Pablo Reyes, who was injured back in the first half, and I don't think he is back. We don't know who the injured player is. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we will, and hopefully this young man's okay, but we'll let you know what's going on when we come right back. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Across Northwest Kansas, families rely on more than just good neighbors. They count on trusted care. At Phillips County Health Systems, we serve our communities with one mission: patient-centered excellence. From emergency services to specialty care, we provide comprehensive, high-quality health care focused on you. Phillips County Health Systems, caring for our region, centered on you.
So we have a couple situations here. The injured player was somebody that Wichita County could not afford to lose, and that's Cashton Young. Got off under his own power, and then we also have a penalty on Wichita County as well. So things are starting to unravel now for Wichita County. It's 4th and 4, but it's going to be even more if they march them back.
Oh man, the crowd's getting into it now, and they know what's in it. 4 minutes left on the clock. Trego up by 6, and Wichita County's going to punt the ball away.
Back to punt is Porter, taken at the 25-yard line. Who else? Ashton Wynn, and he will make it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I think the only reason they punted that was because, one, they were in their own territory, sure, but Cashton Young wasn't on the field there, and I think they want to give him a little bit of a break. As much as they probably didn't want to punt it, I think that was the best move there.
I would agree. There's plenty of game time left. 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Trego with a 40-34 lead and looking to build on that. And we'll keep an eye out for Cashton Young, who walked off the field gingerly under his own power. He's walking along the sidelines there and kind of stretching out his knees, and they're going to need him if they're going to climb back into this ball game. Wynn with the pitch out with nice option play, and it picks up 8 yards on the play. Got it out to Aschenbrenner. And Figueroa, who made the tackle, is down on the sidelines on the other side. Christian Figueroa, as we not sure exactly what happened over there. But
when it rains, it pours, it seems like, here for Wichita County.
Yeah, Figueroa is the 6'2", 170-pound senior for Wichita County, and that's the third injury. They've seemingly already lost Pablo Reyes, one of their running backs, earlier in the ball game, and then Cashton Young goes out with an injury. And I don't think he's back in the ball game. Not seeing him yet, but I think they want to be very, very, very careful with Cashton Young. So Figueroa, goes out under his own power. He's being checked out on the sidelines. And here is the keep by Wynn, and Wynn will win this one as he crosses the 35-yard line. And it is a first down.
That was close. Had to be right on the line of scrimmage. Where's the virtual measurement when we need it? That was right on it.
Another set of downs for Trego's been just making the most of the opportunities here lately, and I think they want to probably have a nice, long, methodical drive and try to get up by 2 scores. Win, back to pass, looking deep to the end zone, overthrew. The hometown fans are asking for a penalty on that, but I think that was very, very well played out there. Pass intended for Crawford, and there's a penalty.
So I was looking down. Where'd they throw the flag?
I didn't see a flag either, but they're marching. This is a big one. That's a 10.
They call PI? I was looking down. I couldn't quite see it, but I
didn't see a ref throw a flag over there in the back corner of the end zone.
Huh.
Whoever was covering Crawford there, by the way, that was a heck of a pass from Wynn. I don't know who it was on the Wichita County side that was covering Crawford, but looked clean to me. And by the way, Cashin Young is back in the ball game. Here's a handoff to the right side, and getting tripped up over there is Conness, and we have another. Dylan Luna, who made the tackle on that play, got up gingerly, and I think Coach Brent Douglas is going to take Luna out to have him checked out. Either way, it's a gain of 5 for Conness, who's had 2 30-plus yard touchdown runs tonight with 3 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 3 touchdowns on the ground. It looks like they might feed him again here.
And there is a flag on the play. It looks probably a false start, and it is.
It's kind of a late false start flag, but
yeah. 5-yard penalty with 2:23 left to go in the third quarter, and
still makes it second manageable. It's second down and 10.
So Ashton Wynn gets the play from Coach Pat Haxton on the sidelines and lets his teammates know in the huddle, and off they go. Split right is Crawford, I formation. Cass Smith, and behind him is Conness. It's a pass, and it is caught. It's a nice catch over there by Cass Smith. I had to almost sit down to catch it, but it is successful. Brings up third down. Scoreboard says 7. I think it's closer to 8, but the ball is at the 18-yard line of Wichita County.
Yeah, Trego's just trying to play its options here. They're letting the clock run down as much as they can. Minute 49 left and ticking in the third.
Same formation, but Crawford split left this time. They're going to feed it to Conness. Conness lunges towards the 15. He's going to be down at the 16. And all right, Coach, 4th down. You got 4th and let's call it a long 5.
I'd run that option play. It seems like the best way that they've been able to score some yards on the ground, get some yards is the option play. It's been working all day long. Fake the option up the middle, send Conness out to the left side with you, and pitch it out there when you need him. I think that's what I would do, but yet again, I'm up here for a reason.
So Wynn in the backfield with Conness. They're going to pass. Oh, it's a quarterback keep. He's going to take it up the middle and dive towards the 12-yard line, and he is going to be short of the first down.
Like I said, that's why I'm up here. Try to go for the pass. It could have been a draw, and I think he had the option to pass it off if he really wanted to. It looked like he was going to maybe think about it for a second, but ultimately a big turnover on downs.
Well, let's see how Wichita County responds. They've been plagued with turnovers tonight. And they're down 40-34 to the Trego Golden Eagles. Back to pass. This is Young looking deep. And it is caught and brought down. And And I tell you what, Cashin Young's going to have to, he's going to need to get a massage or an ice bath or something, because he just got rocked in the backfield by Conness. But it is a complete pass, 2nd and 1 now, with under 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Young dropping back. And he is hit from behind as he throws the ball out of bounds. Pass is incomplete.
That's an excellent job by Young. Get that ball out of your hands.
Yep. Aschenbrenner with the pressure from the blind side, and it's 3rd and 2. And they're just going to punch it right up the middle, and we'll pick up the first down. As that was all Cashin Young. Nice job by that offensive line of creating that big hole for him to run through. And
we saw a formation that we haven't seen yet. They're starting to run this power formation where they're just going to run the ball up your gut.
And they're kind of the same play, and Young gets out to the 30 and picks up 3 on the play, and that's going to be the last play of the third quarter.
According to my stats, that puts him at 300. 300 yards on the ground tonight.
Unbelievable. What a ball game tonight, Dave.
What a great game.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to take a breath, and we're going to come back for the fourth quarter here in just a moment. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
Ready to step into comfort again? At High Plains Podiatry, Dr. Robert Hins has over 20 years of experience helping families across southwest Nebraska and northwest Kansas stay on their feet. From heel pain to sports injuries to diabetic care and surgery, we're here to restore your stride. Don't live with foot pain. Call High Plains Podiatry today at 308-345-3773 to schedule your appointment.
Nex-Tech Wireless has been offering superior coverage to Kansans for close to 20 years. My, how things have changed. Bringing us to modern technology we trust and depend on. Rain or shine, wind or snow, we'll be there. Because we live here too. We're investing in our communities and connecting Kansans. It's not a gimmick, it's our guarantee.
Welcome back to Waukeeny as we are just about ready to start the fourth quarter. Trego County with the 40-34 lead, and it's been a whale of a ball game. Tons and tons of momentum changes. Wichita County has the ball. 2nd and 7 as we start the fourth quarter. Young dropping back, flush out of the pocket, and he will be sacked. He will be sacked for about a 2-yard loss. Aschenbrenner in there.
And that's a big sack by the Waukeeny defense. Now you're stuck with a 3rd down and long upcoming, and yards have been hard to come by for Wichita County tonight.
And especially through the air.
Yeah.
So a big play here for the Indians as Young is by himself in the backfield. He's got receivers split left and right. He is flushed out of the pocket. There's a flag, probably a holding, and deep pass intended and incomplete. But that is in the area of holding. Pass intended for David Romero.
I would decline it. Yep.
One is a hold against the offense. And a personal foul against the defense.
Oh, so there's so there's a personal foul against Trego and holding against the Indians, and they're going to the play never happened, so they're going to
replay,
do the play. Those penalties offset.
So now you're still with a 3rd down and 9. I don't know. Do you run the ball? I think they have no choice but it's a tough decision.
It's tough. And let's remember Young is banged up. He's been hit hard a lot tonight, but here they go in their power formation again.
Yeah.
They've had a little bit of success with that. So Young with Porter in motion to the right. Young gets the snap. He drops back. He's looking, and he finds an open receiver, and he crosses the 40-yard line, and that is a first down. Big play. Reception there by Dylan Luna.
Brought down by Crawford. Gain of about 15 yards will be enough for a first down.
So it's a first down, and Wichita County is going in hurry-up offense here as Young takes this one all by himself, and great job by that offensive line on the left side for Wichita County. Created a nice hole for Young to drive through, and he picks up 5 yards.
And they're just keeping the offense moving.
Yep.
Quickly to the line. Get the next play going.
And again, it is Young, and he will carry several Golden Eagles, but he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, Tate.
Yeah, and they're just, this time they're going to slow it down, but they're just keeping the ball in Young's hands here in this 3rd down and 1. Inside the 30 now.
3rd and 1. Young is going to keep it himself.
There's
goes
a
around the right side.
There. Yep. Careful.
And goes out of bounds, and the crowd's calling for a hold. You saw the hold.
Yep. It was there by number 12 of Wichita County who did the hold. It was David Romero.
And it is indeed a hold.
That's a tough penalty there.
That is a very costly penalty. You had 3rd and 1, and now you're backed up to 3rd down and 11. Now you're at midfield. We got a final. Smith Center over Plainville tonight, 34-16. Smith Center keeps rolling. But back to this game, 3rd and 11 for the Indians. That's Luna in motion, flushed out of the pocket, and he is sacked for a loss. And that is Aaron Sampson with a big stick. And now you're in a big conundrum. You got 4th down and close to 15 yards. Just a little over 9 minutes left to go in the ball game.
They're going to go for it.
Back to pass. Young and
timeout.
A timeout.
Man.
Okay, I need another take a deep breath.
That penalty really hurt Wichita County because the next play after that was a huge sack because you knew they had to pass it. And man, what a game here.
It is. It's been quite the game. And, Ashton, I mean, it's the quarterbacks, Wynn and Young. And Young has been beat up a little bit tonight.
Yeah, I'd be beat up too if I just ran for 305 yards against this really big Trego defense. Unofficially 305 yards, I should say. I mean, he's played a heck of a game tonight, and now Wichita County, after that timeout, are they going to decide to punt it off? I mean, you're under 9 minutes left of the game, down by 6. Looks like they're going to go for it, as here comes the Trego County crowd. Or Trego community, excuse.
Okay, Young dropping back. He is rushed, and it is incomplete.
Man, that's huge.
Tell you what, that front defensive line of Trego was in his face almost immediately, and not much that Cashton Young could do.
And I think some of those injuries that we saw earlier, I think those were linemen, and you're kind of seeing it now. There's a lot of pressure coming in Cashton Young's face, especially when he's back to pass. Now, if Trego can score here, it's going to be a huge 2-possession swing here.
A lot of people on their feet here Trego looking to go 4-0 with a huge win over the number 2 team. And this is a handoff, and he is going to go off to the races, and
there's a flag.
But there is a flag. That was Aschenbrenner, and that is coming back.
Oh, man, that's another huge flag.
Yep, holding on Joaquini.
Yep, there it was right there on the far edge of the screen.
So that negates a 38-yard, 37-yard touchdown run.
Man, penalties are just hurting both teams right now.
They are.
That backs it all the way back into Wichita County territory.
Clear back to the 33-yard line, their own 33-yard line. So that's going to bring up 1st and 20. And we're down to 8:45 here in the 4th quarter. And Trego is trying to build on a 6-point lead. Going in motion is Aschenbrenner. Back deep.
Got it.
And he's got a receiver wide open. That's Aaron Sampson. He's got one to beat and tackled at the 5.
Wow.
We're going to give him 40 yards on that completion. And how many catches does Sampson have tonight? Well, it doesn't really matter, but he's down to the 5-yard line. And what a play. What a great time to call that pass.
And it was a great
by
throw.
Pat Haxton,
Yeah, great pass by Ashton Wynn, too.
Crawford split left. We got Aschenbrenner and Connis in the backfield. And this is going to be a quarterback keeper. And Wynn is going to pick up a couple of yards. It's now 2nd down and goal from the, we're going to call it the 2. I have one name for you. Jack Connis.
Oh, yeah.
I'm calling it right here.
He'd be one to put the ball in his hands.
So Trego trying to avenge a 58-6 loss last year in Leote. Here is the handoff, and Connis is in for the touchdown. I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket.
Wow, that's a 2-possession ball game here.
It sure is, and we got another Wichita County injured player. And here's the thing, I don't see Cashton Young walking around anywhere. I hope.
Yeah, Cashton's over there on the sideline, so.
Okay.
Can't tell who it is.
Wichita County is just plagued with injuries. That's at least their 4th or 5th injury tonight. And when you have 8-man football and that many injuries,
it can really hurt a team, especially when, you don't have too many numbers as it is, and you lose a few players. That can be the difference, and I think we're kind of seeing that on Wichita County's end.
Yeah, very demoralizing.
It's number 22, I think.
Gavin Castillo. And the good news is he's walking on, off his own power, but he is obviously in a lot of pain and does need some help in getting over to the sideline. So scoring updates for you in the 4th quarter. Decatur Community over St. Francis, 26-22. And that one is still going. Smith Center over Plainville, 34-16. I called that one earlier. Okay, so here comes the 2-point conversion. 7:31 left to go. Trego back up by 12. They were down by 12 at one time. Wynn will keep it himself, roll out to the left, and flicks it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Aaron Sampson.
Wow. That's a huge swing of events.
That is huge. And so now we have a 14-point game, 2-possession game, and Wichita County is kind of
just not much going on.
Not much going on,
Yeah.
and injuries, as we have said over and over again, are not helping them out.
And Trego's completely shut them out here in this second half so far.
Yeah, and Wichita County was up by 12 at one point and seemed to have all the momentum going their way. Then that pick six happened.
Yep.
And since then, it's all been downhill for Wichita County.
Yeah, it's like the teeter-totter just completely swayed to one side after that pick six. It's been all Trego in this second half.
We want to thank our major sponsors tonight for Game Time. These awesome companies that help bring these broadcasts to you. That's Hayes Rec, Nex-Tech Wireless, Mapes and Miller, Redeems Designs, also High Plains Podiatry, the Phillips County Hospital, and Nex-Tech. So back to kickoff is none other than Ashton Wynn, and this time they've got Wichita County has 2 players back there. One's Dylan Luna. I'm not sure who the other one is, but it's a line drive kickoff, and it is fielded by Bo Porter. Porter, it's a fake reverse. Bo Porter finally picks up the ball, but he's still going, and they're finally going to call the play dead. So it could have been catastrophic, right?
Yeah, there's basically a fumble, and they tried to reverse it there, and that's risky. We saw that a couple weeks ago, or wherever it was, where a team kept on trying to.
It was Plainville, I believe.
Yeah, Plainville kept trying to reverse it, and that just hurt them a lot. I mean, you were losing yards every time you tried it. That time, you got to get a clean handoff, and you got to do it quick if you want to do it. And that time they just bobbled it around, and now it's a 1st down and 10 from the 19-yard line in their own territory. It's going to be a long drive here for Wichita County, and they got to do it quick.
And I believe I thought I saw a different number out there at quarterback, and nope, Young's still out there, and another false start. Wichita County keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, I think Dylan Luna he was moving, he was motioning, and they snapped it when he was still motioning.
So 1st and 15, 7:21 left to go in the ball game. Wichita County, who has won 33 games in the last 3 years, trying to climb back in this one. And flush out of the pocket is Young, and he is tackled from behind Ashenbrenner again. And that is another sack as the clock keeps rolling. 2nd down and 15, and so it's going to be Porter and Young in the backfield. Going in motion is Luna. Back to pass is Young. He just throws it out of bounds. Nothing going there. Again, that Trego defense has been in his face most of the night tonight, Tate.
Yeah, lots of pressure, especially in the second half. There's just not a lot for him to do, and Young's just been struggling to find open receivers, struggling to get yards because this defensive line of Joaquini has been putting him through the ringer here.
3rd and 15, and Young is flushed out of the pocket, throws along the sidelines, and it's caught. But he was on his knees. But it is a complete pass, close to a 1st down. Well, Coach Jackson says it's definitely 4th down, and it is. He's actually a couple yards shy. I mean, this is a no-brainer here. You've got to.
Yeah, you have to go for it.
Yeah.
4th down and 2, down by 2 scores, 6:10 and ticking. Got to go for it.
So Young has had, rushing-wise, a phenomenal night, over 300 yards rushing. He's going to pass this one. Nice little play drawn up there for Wichita County as the pass is complete over to Luna, excuse me. Number 7 along the sidelines, and not only did they get the first down, but it also stops the clock. Official timeout here as they.
There's another injured player.
I was going to say, it looks like somebody over there on the Wichita sideline is bending over. And next week, Wichita County hosts Ness City. And I think maybe stretching out like a cramp or something. Not sure who.
He's back up on his feet. It's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
It's number 7, Luna.
Yep. Who just made the reception, and it is good enough for a first down. So that stops the clock. We got 5:52 left to go in this ball game. Trego hanging on to a 14-point lead.
Yeah, and Wichita County's got to start making some progress here on offense because that time is slowly dwindling.
Got 2 scores to catch up here. And that's a nice pass, but intended for Figueroa. Falls incomplete and brings up 2nd and 10.
He was wide open. He had a little bit extra space. He could have caught that, got out of bounds, stopped the clock. And like I said earlier, a little too much popcorn.
So brings up 2nd and 10, ball at the 31-yard line of Wichita County. Got 2 receivers split right. That's Figueroa and Luna. Going back to pass is Young. Sidearms it, and it is caught. And finally.
He's out of bounds.
Yeah, he was well out of bounds. Yeah, that was Bo Porter with the catch and the yardage. And he did a good job of tiptoeing along the lines there, but the side judge was on top of that. It is a first down, and now Wichita County is at the 29-yard line of Trego.
5:26 left.
Clock keeps rolling, both teams. Well, actually, Trego has 3 timeouts. Wichita County burned one earlier, and this is an official timeout.
Are they checking the time?
Last year, Trego went 4-5. They're looking to match their win total tonight in their 4th game of the season. And the thing about the Golden Eagles in their 2024 season, they started 4-0. Now, let's talk a little bit about how
0-4.
Or 0-4. I'm sorry, I got my numbers backwards. I was never a mathematician. That's
nor am I,
not
according to my stats. I know that for a fact.
But Trego is looking to go 4-0 and make a huge statement tonight. Young being flushed out. And pass is incomplete. And boy, I tell you, Aschenbrenner was hot on the tail of Young there. And Aschenbrenner's been in the backfield a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of defensive presence, especially in the second half by Joaquini. They've completely shut out the Indians here. And the Indians are looking to get something on the board and then maybe pull out one of those onside kicks they've been kicking all night.
Luna, Figueroa, split right. 2 receivers, split left. Another nice pass, and it goes for a first down. Finally brought out about the 10-yard line. Bo Porter with the reception. Another nice pass by Cashton Young.
Yeah, that was perfectly placed. Led him perfectly. Now we got a first down and 10. And the clock stopped there, I believe, at 5:24.
Yep. Trips right. For the Indians. Young. And there's encroachment for by Trego is Ashenbrenner. A little bit jumpy. He's been in the backfield all night, so I can't really blame the kid. But it is a 5-yard penalty. Brings up now 1st and 5 from the, let's call it the 8-yard line, 9-yard line. Another pass out to Porter. Bo dives for the pylon, and referee says
Called him out at the 1.
called him out at the 1. But that also stops the clock. 5:17 left to go. So Trego just can't. They got to be careful here. Is power formation, and it's a touchdown. And that is going to be a keeper by Cashton Young. And so that pulls Wichita County to within 8.
Go for 2 here. Get it 6 points, get the onside back, score another touchdown, and make a 2-point conversion. You win the ball game, but they're still going to have to stop Joaquini on offense, and they're just going to run the ball.
So Young gets the snap. He's looking for somebody to throw to, and he just runs out of bounds. There was nobody open in the back of the end zone.
Trego just flooded that side of the ball. Excellent job by their defense.
So it's 48-40 with 5:14 left to go in the ball game. We'll come back with the kickoff as Wichita County just scored the touchdown, and let's see how Trego responds. You're watching Nex-Tech Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1.
No matter who you are, the Hayes Rec Commission is for you. There's leisure programs for all ages. There's a wellness center that works for anyone at any level. Youth and adult sports, aquatics, and great facilities for any event. Go to hazerec.org to see the list of activities and sign up. Here are some of the upcoming activities.
We're still having fun. Hayes Rec's the one. We are still the one.
Welcome back to Joaquini. Just when it looked like Wichita County was dead in the water, Tate, they actually had a very, very impressive drive that last one.
Yeah, it started off a little sluggish, but they managed to make their way up the field make it back to a one-possession ball game, and now you need this onside kick. You see the ball on the tee sideways. See what they can do.
That actually,
wow.
I thought that had a pretty crazy hop on it, but
excellent recovery.
Yeah, nice job by Crawford to stick with that, and so Trego has the ball at midfield, and with 5:14 left to go in this ball game, up by 8. Okay, you want to burn time off, right?
Ground and pound. You still have 5 minutes, though.
And Wichita County still has 2 timeouts left.
Yep.
Here's the final for you. Hugoton over Colby tonight, 63-18, and Oakley over Syracuse, 21-12 tonight.
Oh, well, that was a good game. It was close at half, and it was 7-6. Good for Oakley.
Hoxie 60, Stockton 14. I think you called that a little bit ago. Smith Center over Plainville 34-16. 75-6. Great Bend beat Wichita North tonight. All right, Connis, who's been the workhorse tonight, breaks 3 tackles and finally is dragged down at the 26-yard line. They're going to give him a pickup of 20. Okay, make sure my math is right here. Yep, 16 yards on that play, and it is a first down. And see a lot of Wichita County players with hands on their hips, and there's a number of them out there are playing out there with owies.
Yep. And also put Connis over 100 yards according to my stats, 115 tonight, believe it or not.
So Tate, as you said, with 4.5 left to go in this ball game, it's pound and ground, and Ashton Wynn is in no hurry to get the play off. It's a handoff to, guess who? That's Conness as he is finally brought down to the 16, and that's going to be close to another first down. I know we keep talking about this, Tate, but, we said at the beginning of the broadcast, Waukene's team's bigger. It's a bigger team, bigger kids, and that's starting to make a big impact this late into the ball game, and the clock keeps rolling. We're now under 4. I formation for the Indians. For the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, and he's just waiting for that back judge to start putting his hand out. Now he's got 5 seconds. Or 10 seconds, now 5. Calling us again.
Yep, and spins out of one tackle and couldn't get out of the second one. And that is Cashin Young in there on the stop and probably lose. I don't know if he got back in the line of scrimmage.
No, it was about a loss of 1, loss of 2.
All right, so there is a timeout on the field. Wichita County calls their second of 3 timeouts. So we're going to take a timeout as well. 3:24 left to go in the ball game. 48-40. Trego trying to hang on to this lead. We will be back for the rest of the ball game. You're watching Game Time on Nex-Tech, Local 1.
Phillipsburg over Beloit, 40-28.
Yeah, we got a score there, 40-28. And so Phillipsburg picks up the win tonight as get ready for the final 3:24 of the ball game. Wichita County was down most of that first half, and then they knocked off some good marches and was able to go into halftime with the lead. Here's a handoff to Conness again, and he is tripped up. Looks like he's going to be a little short of the first down, and looks Wichita County is going to call their final timeout to stop this clock, and it's a big 4th and 1. So let's start with Trego. Conness, right? Either that or you just let Ashton win. Get that first down for you.
I'd put it right up the middle for Conness, personally. I would let him just get his 1 yard and let the line do their work. Wichita County, you got to give them credit, though. They've held Trego to a 4th down and, maybe 1. And they have a chance to get this ball back. They don't have any timeouts, but they have a chance with 3:19 on the clock to put some points on the board and tie it with a 2-point conversion. I mean, this is the play of the game right here.
Yeah,
I think this is it right here.
Yeah, 4th and 1. If Wichita County can stop Trego and get the ball back, they have a shot to tie this ball game up. However, if Trego gets the first down, Wichita County's out of timeouts, and they don't even really have, Trego doesn't even really have to score.
Yeah, they're going to have to waste all this time off the clock, but they have to get this first down first. Like you said, it's the most important play of the game right here. It's gut check time for Wichita County.
Split left, Darius Brown, way left. Now going in motion is Cass Smith. Well, they're trying to draw him off sides, maybe. Nope, not going to work.
Timeout.
And timeout. Trego. Why not? I mean, if you can get a free first down by getting one of Wichita County's defensive linemen to jump over line of scrimmage, then pretty much seal the deal right there.
Yep. Still a big 4th down. Wichita County needs a stop here, and they need to get some points on the board quickly. But, you know, like we were kind of talking earlier, give it to Connis right up the middle. Let him get that 1 yard and let Trego melt the clock away.
Trying to get some more scoring updates for you for the teams around the northwest Kansas, central Kansas area, and we'll get those to you as soon as they come in.
See what Coach Pat Haxton has decided he wants to do. I think we kind of expect what's going to happen, but we'll see. I've seen crazier things happen, I guess.
Well, no surprise that you got Connis and you got Cat Smith in the backfield. Here's the snap, and it's a handoff to Connis up the middle, and it is a first down. And here the Trego fans here in Waukene, they are on their feet. Their team, barring something wacky going on, and I hate to curse anybody here, but their team is on the cusp of a 4-0 start. And next week,
very favorable schedule ahead, too.
They do, and they host Ellis next week, and that's where we will be. We will be in Trego next week as the Ellis Railroaders come to town. But we got to finish this game first. Crazier things have happened. Ball security, I'm sure, is what Coach Haxton has been preaching to his team. Just hang on to the ball. And, you know, Wichita County is going to try to do what they can to strip the ball, but Wynn keeps that ball and picks up about a yard on the play.
Yeah, I think Trego, if they get the first down here, it's game over. But they kind of have to get the first down. You know, you have 2:15 left. You get the first down. All that time can melt away, but you might be able to get it down to maybe a minute after this set of downs. We'll see. Maybe just under.
So here we go, big play here, 2nd and 8 for the Golden Eagles, and it's a handoff to the right side and gets knocked out of bounds, and Connis is going to pick up maybe a yard, maybe a 2 on that play, and that stops the clock, and I don't think that is really what Coach Haxton had in mind. You want to keep that clock rolling, but nonetheless.
You definitely don't want to. If you're going to run it outside, you know, you got to cut it in pretty quick. You definitely don't want to stop the clock, and that's exactly what they did. Now you have a 3rd down and 7.
Ball is spotted at about the 12-yard line. Golden Eagles looking for their 4th win of the season. It's an option pick,
that's game.
And that is the game. Jared Aschenbrenner with the 12-yard touchdown run, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will seal the deal as Trego has put up a 54-burger on the Wichita County Indians.
Excellent pitch out there by Wynn. He saw that he was going to get eaten up, even if he would have, you know, they would have had a 4th down, but that was an excellent job getting the ball out there to Aschenbrenner, scoring the touchdown, sealing the deal.
Great call on that play. So going for the 2-point conversion and throwing, and it is picked, or it is caught rather. That is Aaron Sampson. I think that's his 2nd 2-point conversion. He's caught, and the fans here in Waukene are on their feet. They can feel it. 56-40 with a minute 37 left to go in this ball game, and what a shift! What a momentum shift. I keep thinking about that pick six.
Yep.
And just how everything changed after that.
Well, the pick six was a huge momentum shift, but honestly, I think the momentum shifted in the locker room after the first 24 minutes of game time, because the second half came around and it was a whole different Trego team in general that we saw. I mean, their defense started rushing the quarterback twice as fast as they were in the first half. And then you also have Wichita County, who kind of slowed down on offense. You only saw, 254 yards at half for, there was, it was 295 yards, I think it was at half.
For Young?
Yeah, for Young. And then all of a sudden, he's only, according to me, he's at 311. I mean, they've completely shut him down. I think the momentum completely switched at halftime. And the Trego community fans are jumping.
They are. they are. The stadium is shaking a little bit. But 4-0. The Eagles are just about there. Nice deep kick, and it goes out the back of the end zone.
Wichita County, they have a chance, a minute and a half on the clock. They have a chance to, maybe put some points on the board, getting onside, but, the odds of that possibilities are very, very low here.
Well, and not only do they have to score 2 touchdowns, they also have to convert 2-point conversions as well. So that's a pretty tall order, but stranger things have happened.
Yep. I think they're going to air out the ball. Try to get the ball back. Points on the clock.
Young dropping back. He's flushed out again, and he's breaking a few tackles. So nice run there by Cashton Young. Not only does he pick up the first down, but he stops the clock with a minute 29 left to go.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he needed to do. If he was going to run the ball, he had to get out to that sideline. He did. They're back to the ball quick.
Young dropping back, and he throws it over the right side, and he did not make the tackle. And this one is going to be Aaron Sampson, and he is going to score.
Wow.
And there are
Dylan
no
Luna.
flags on the field. Dylan Luna. And that was a 55-yard touchdown.
Yep.
Well, that was not on the bingo card. Pat Haxton beside himself on the sideline there, because nothing is ever sure.
No, stranger things have happened, and there's still a chance here. You still have 1:16 on the clock. You have to get this 2-point conversion, though. If you don't, that's definitely the game.
Yep, you got to get a 2-point conversion, an onside kick, another touchdown, and another 2-point conversion.
And they stuffed them.
And that one pretty much sealed the deal. The 2-point conversion is no good. That puts Wichita County down by 10 with a minute 16 left to go in the ball game.
Wow, it was just a heck of a finish. Wichita County gave them a run for their money. A 55-yard touchdown for Dylan Luna, but that 2-point conversion was the most important part of that touchdown. And now Wichita County, no timeouts. Trego's going to get the ball back, pending an onside recovery from the Golden Eagles.
And it's a final. Decatur over St. Francis, 38-28. So St. Francis falls to 3-1, and Decatur improves to 3-1.
The two teams that struggled last year, now they've got some winning records to start districts.
Well, I don't know how many kickoffs. I kind of lost count of how many kickoffs that Wichita County's had tonight, but they've all but one have been onside kicks, and not one has been successful. Gavin Castillo, the kicker, and it
excellent
is secured.
recovery.
Nice job by Aaron Sampson to secure that, and
that's going to do it.
That will seal the deal. So Trego just has to kneel the ball down a couple of times, and that is it.
The offensive line of Trego hyping up the crowd.
Big night tonight for the Golden Eagles. This is by far their toughest test of the season, and they passed it, Tate.
They did. Coach Haxton giving a hug to his assistant coach on the sideline. It's a well worth it hug right there. They defeated an excellent Wichita County team, and I mean Wichita County, they've been a thorn in a lot of people's you-know-whats for several years.
Yep.
And Trego community coming out here with a win has to make Coach Haxton extremely proud of his Trego Golden Eagle squad.
So, we talked about that Wichita County had won 33 games in the last 3 years.
Yep.
You know how many they lost? 3.
Oh, man.
Tonight's the 4th.
Wow.
Tonight is the 4th, and that is a final, folks. Yeah, there's still 25 seconds left on the clock, but for all intents and purposes, this game is over, and congratulations to the Trego Golden Eagles with the big win tonight over the number 2 ranked Wichita County Indians, as a nice little moment out there as the 2 quarterbacks, Cashton Young and Ashton Wynn, exchanged pleasantries out there. And,
well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Both battled their hearts out in this game, and so
what a ball game.
Yeah, boy. Tell you what, that was everything you could have hoped for,
yeah,
right?
It was. It was.
All right. Well, again, congratulations to the Trego Golden Eagles as they pick up the big win tonight. It's final here in Waukene. So that's going to do it tonight, unless you got stats that you want to
I'll do a couple stats.
Tate, okay.
All of unofficial, FYI, again, because, I'm not very good at math like we talked about earlier, so you and me both, right? So the big story of the night, number 14 for Wichita County, the quarterback, Cashton Young, according to me, had 322 yards on the ground, an excellent showing out from him. And then when it comes to Dylan Luna, he had 65 yards through the air. And there were several other stats that I bet I missed most of them. So on Trego County's side, 125 yards on the ground from Jack Connis, and then you had 61 on the ground from Ashton Wynn. He had several more yards on defense and offense on the ground. So ultimately a 56-46 win from Trego, and what a ball game it was here tonight. And we'll be back here next week, Steve.
We sure will. We sure will. The Ellis Railroaders are coming to town to take on a team that most likely is going to climb up in the rankings in 8-man Division I with this big win tonight.
They'll be top 5 tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So with that, we're going to call it a night. Tate, great ball game, and looking forward to working with you next week.
Of course.
All right, buddy. All right. So congratulations to Trego. Safe trip home for the Wichita County Indians and their fans. That's going to do it tonight. Final score, Trego 56, Wichita County 46. Thanks for watching tonight. You've been watching Game Time on Nex-Tech Local 1. Good night, everyone.